Football season is back. Where else would you rather be than Fort Branch, Indiana? The number 3 team in the state, the Gibson Southern Titans, taking on the 6A powerhouse in Columbus North, and we are underway. Rory Huxley boots it away, and Columbus North has the football going left to right. On the run back for the Bulldogs, taking all the way across the 25-yard line. That was Keegan Castell, one of the returning starters from a year ago. They're going to mark the football at the Bulldog 26-yard line. So that is where quarterback Luke Hammond will come out. Hammond's returning starter from a year ago. A pretty good one of that. Had over 1,200 yards through the air last season, 12 touchdowns, but he can also do it on his legs. 871 rushing yards along with 7 touchdowns in 2020. So first and 10 for Columbus North from their own. We're going to call it actually the 31-yard line. Hammond's in the shotgun. He's got a running back to each side of him. 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. They try to get Gibson Southern to jump offside, but no avail. They'll call an audible. First play of the ball game here. Hammond's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off up the middle and going to the outside. That's going to be Dylan Lukman across the 35. He's going to get pushed down at about the 39-yard line. Good solid, an 8-yard pickup there. Dylan Redmond, 5'8" senior, who had 4 touchdowns a year ago.
I think early on, I think you might see a little bit of, trying to get used to, just some live action play. I mean, they had, last week they scrimmaged against Gibson Southern, scrimmaged against Central, and the starters really didn't play a whole lot from what I'm hearing. So, just getting experience at live action football.
Hammond back in the shotgun here on 2nd and 1. He's going to pass, throws one down the field. There's 2 tight defenders now. Intercepted. Second play of the ball game is Braden Malone with the football. Across midfield, down the right sideline, and Braden Malone is going to set it down at the Columbus North 39-yard line. And there, my friend, is that no-fly zone. Braden Malone with the interception.
And as a defensive back, I absolutely love this play. I mean, the ball was kind of underthrown, yes, but Braden Malone capitalized, caught with 2 hands, made a solid return out of that as well, and then holding the championship belt for no-fly zone. Soak it up, big man.
The turnover belt. Braden Malone gets a hold of it on the Gibson Southern sideline, and just like that, the Titans have the football at the Bulldog 38-yard line. First and 10 for Brady Allen, the Purdue commit, and this electric Gibson Southern offense. With a couple receivers left and right, and the shotgun is Allen. He is going to hand it off right up the middle and getting blown up in the backfield. That was number 50, the linebacker for Columbus North, actually 58. Neil Likens on the tackle. And a big loss there on the first play from scrimmage. Not what the Titans wanted.
It looked like that it was really just a missed block. I kind of saw, it looked like the defensive lineman was untouched for Columbus North. And, you kind of saw the center, Ryan Holtzmeyer, kind of smack his helmet, kind of a mental mistake. Like I said, it's just early kinks to the football game.
Back in the shotgun, Allen going to throw here. Look to his left, pressure to his right side. He gets sacked, the ball comes out. And it looks like Allen luckily fell back on top of it. And I'll tell you what, Allen to get the interception and get some good spots, but just like that, Gibson Southern, a big tackle in the backfield and then a strip fumble there, but they keep it, brings up 3rd and long.
And it's great to keep the football, but at the same time, you're really putting yourself in a strongly tough position here, being backed up, from about 3rd and 20 miles away. So
they call a 3rd and 20 from the Columbus North 47. Allen goes to the near flat, making the catch and turning upfield is Cole McKee, and McKee takes it all the way to the Columbus North 31-yard line. Well, it's going to make it a 4th and manageable here. And we'll see what head coach Nick Hart and the Titans want to go to. They're on 4th and about 4.
Looks like the offense is staying out there.
I think that's the right decision. That's a big pick up there. We got about 16 yards on that 3rd down. They quickly go to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 4 for Gibson Southern from the 32 of Columbus North. Be a first down.
And even that is such a smart play call by Coach Hart. Obviously, it's 4th and 4. You get them to jump off sides, maybe get them to jump on 2. Obviously, they did. 3 first down. I mean, how about that? They were in a 3rd and 20, Cole. 3rd and 20, and managed to get the first down. Unbelievable. It's just resilience for this football team.
How about that? Was that 3rd and 20 play you mentioned? Allen was just a quick dump off pass to the flat. It was a great job by McKee to get close to that first down. So it is a 1st and 10 for Gibson Southern at the Columbus North 27-yard line. Play action pass here for Allen. He goes to the near flat. That's going to get caught by Sean DeLong, and he's wrapped it inside the 16-yard line of Columbus North. And that's going to be, I believe, another Gibson Southern first down.
One thing that I've noticed, especially in this early formation, is that, you know, like, for example, Sean DeLong, he's technically the starting running back, but just like you said, he was in the passing game right there. So they're really utilizing the running backs and receivers a lot, which is really great and really flexible to your offense as well.
DeLong, the 5'11" sophomore, played receiver last year, now on at running back. He fakes the handoff, and now Allen runs to his left. He's got a couple blockers and couple goes of bounds at about the 9-yard line. Going to bring up second down. Here for the Titans, second down at about 5.
Early on, I see the offensive line kind of struggled a little bit. You know, obviously you have the big, you know, loss on that run play, and then obviously, you know, Brady Allen gets hit from behind, almost loses the football. So, you know, but so far, ever since that play, offensive line has stayed steady. They stayed their course, and they're really making plays happen out here on the football field.
Second down, 5 from the 10-yard line. Allen into the flat, deflected and nearly intercepted. Looked like one of those screen passes. 57 was going to. It might have been really healthily. The ball hit the turf, thankfully, and it brings up third down and 5 from the Columbus North 10-yard line. Talking about that offensive line, Tyler. Only 2 returning starters from a year ago. That's Holtmeyer and Cole. 3 newbies up front for Gibson Southern. Third down, 5 from the 10. Allen rolls to his right. He throws the football, and it's caught on a diving attempt short of the end zone. I was really helpful and made the diving catch. And was that a first down? It was. Kind of caught me off guard there because it was 3rd and 5 from the 10. Healthy makes the catch at the 5, which is enough for a first down. Keeps the drive going. First and goal now for Gibson Southern from the 4.
And I love that by Rory Helson. You know, you drop a pass on the play before, but then you answer right back and catch a missile from Brady Allen. Get the first down, keep the chains rolling right here in the red zone.
In the shotgun, Allen. He hands it off to DeLong. He's going to look to go to the left side now. Cuts back inside. Sean DeLong down the 3-yard line. Gets it down. Tell what the sophomore is trying to find Hader here on the first drive of the season.
And in there right now is number 13, Adrian Lukman. I told you in the pregame, I said, you know, Adrian Lukman on the depth chart is 6'3", 210 pounds versus Sean DeLong, 5'11", 175. So kind of a thunder lightning, and they're in a little I form set right now.
This is some kind of formation they got here. 3 guys behind Brady Allen. They give it off to Lukman, and he gets wrestled down the backfield. Once again, that was number 58 for Columbus North. Actually, number 50, Dawson Adams, who shot through and made the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. He was actually the one who made the tackle earlier in the drive as well. They got these jerseys, Tyler. It's hard to tell what numbers are which, but that was number 50 right there. Dawson Adams with the tackle. And a big play there. Now it's 3rd and goal, and now Gibson Southern back to their spread formation. The ball at the 5-yard line. And the shotgun is Allen. 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. And a timeout taken by Nick Hart. Gibson Southern timeout, their first of the night. And we'll take one as well. This is Gibson Southern football on 89-1 The Bash.
I'm Jason Rainey, your Hobstadt, Indiana, Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Gibson Southern Titans on 89-1 The Bash. We're located at the corner of Vine and Hobb Streets in Hobstadt, or can be contacted at 812-615-5075 or by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
After the timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and goal for Gibson Southern from the 5-yard line. Cole Carter and Kyler Gammon, scoreless ball game. 7:35 to go here in the first quarter. Once again, I want to remind the fans, we apologize for some technical difficulties we might experience throughout the game. We're going to work through them. Hopefully bring you the broadcast of a Gibson Southern win. They're on the edge of trying to score on their first drive of the ball game. Ball at the 5-yard line. 3rd down. Gibson Southern out in the spread formation. 3 receivers to the right of Brady Allen. 1 to his left. He's got Sean DeLong to his right in the backfield.
The spread on the 5-yard line. Staple of Gibson Southern offense.
That's the truth. We'll see what they go to here. Allen wants to pass. Looks to his left. Throws to his left. Just like that. 6-9
Phenomenal route by Rory. Phenomenal ball placed by Brady Allen. Brady Allen, I looked over there. Rory wasn't open at first. Kind of took a little bit to develop. Brady Allen sat perfectly. Didn't miss a beat. Threw it right to Rory. I believe that you're going to see that connection a lot more this year. I guarantee it.
Nick Hart said in the Nick Hart Show back on Tuesday, Rory Helsley is the best route runner he's ever coached.
That is some high praise. I mean, think about it. He's coached Wes Silvermeyer, Dawson Witt, just a few names to tell you. Practice. There were some tough route runners, let me tell you.
Chris Spear, the extra point is up and good, and with 7:31 to go here in the first quarter, Gibson Southern leads Columbus North. Step aside to Titan football here on 89-1 The Bash.
Sports fans, At United Fidelity Bank, we make it easy to bank with us. Our in-person friendly service provides peace of mind and worry-free banking. We offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles and provide you the ability to bank anytime with our easy-to-use online banking platform. Our mobile app allows you access to your accounts on the go, and you can skip the trip to the bank with our mobile deposit. Plus, our business banking products are tailored to help your business grow. We invite you to come see the difference at United Fidelity Bank.
Welcome back to Gibson Southern High School. Cole Carter and Kyler Gannon. 7:31 to go here in the first quarter. Gibson Southern drives down the field and a touchdown pass from Brady Allen to Rory Helsley. Puts the Titans on the board here over Columbus North. After you can join us once again, I want to apologize for any technical difficulties you might experience tonight. First game of the year. I know Gordy Lynn back at the studio is working hard trying to put us on the air. Helsley, after catching the touchdown, we're going to finish off here. 7:31 to go in this first quarter. Southern had lights left here in the first half. Kickoff is away. Now that kick by Helsley. And on the return for Bulldogs from the 10-yard line. Going left now, kind of up the middle of the field. That's going to be number 3, Jackson Scruggs. Starting defensive back for the Bulldogs on the kickoff return. Gets it out to about the Columbus North 30-yard line. First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
If you look at this Gibson Southern defense, first 2 plays, kind of running game, Columbus North was definitely doing some work on them as far as running the ball goes. But overall, you capitalized on a misplaced football, turn that into points.
Hammond's in the shotgun here on first and 10 for the Bulldogs. Hammond's going to have quarterback draw up the middle, and he's not going to have much running room at all. Taken down in the backfield. A host of Titans there on the tackle. It's going to bring up second down.
I'm really impressed with how many Gibson Southern players are flying to the football. They are absolutely, from defensive backs on, they are absolutely flying to the football. You love to see the hustle early on.
I'm talking to head coach Nick Hart earlier this week. He says, I want to give all the praise in the world to the offense, but this might be one of the best defenses he's ever coached. Once again, that's high praise. Nick
exactly.
Been through a lot of defenses. Second down here for the Bulldogs. Hammond's back to pass. He's got pressure to take away. Here he goes on his leg, and he slips across the 30. Slips on the Gibson Southern AstroTurf about the 31-yard line. That would have been a big play, but the pressure came from the right side. That was Ben Luttrell who got the pressure. It was a third down about 9.
Yes, and I think that's one thing that Gibson Southern will be, I would assume, very good at, is being disciplined to the football. Don't chase any option plays if they run any, because this quarterback can run. He is very capable of doing it, and about made a big play on his leg right there.
And let's get the call from the sideline here. Big play, third down and 8. Titans defense already one takeaway tonight. That was an interception by Braden Malone on the last drive. Hammonds back to pass. Now looks left, looks back right. Pressure comes. Now steps up. Almost got sacked. Takes away from it. And then 2 more Titans later going down at the 32-yard line. Nowhere to go for Luke Hammonds, and a punt coming up for the Bulldogs.
This defense has really came to. You already forced a turnover, and now even just forcing a punt. What better start could you really ask for the defense? Seriously.
And the offense getting a touchdown, of course, in their first drive. Malone back to receive the punt. Looks like number 13 will do kicking for Columbus North. A penalty flag flies in. It might be a delay of game. Play clock showed 0, and it's a false start actually against the Bulldogs. Couldn't see from up here. The false start will back them up 12 more yards to bring up 4th and 12. 7-0 Gibson Southern. 5.5 to play here in the first quarter.
Keep an eye on Braden Malone right here, about to return this punt. He's got some serious speed and a very athletic kid. Plays baseball as well. Phenomenal baseball player.
Malone scored 5 touchdowns in the receiving department last season. Very short cut here by the Bulldogs, but it takes a Columbus North bounce to the Gibson Southern 40.5-yard line. That's when the Titans will start this drive. And while they get ready, we'll step aside for a quick 30-second break. It's Gibson Southern football here on 89.1 The Best.
Sports fans, at United Fidelity Bank, we make it easy to bank with us. Our in-person friendly service provides peace of mind and worry-free banking. We offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles, and provide you the ability to bank anytime with our easy-to-use online banking platform. Our mobile app allows you access to your accounts on the go, and you can skip the trip to the bank with our mobile deposit. Plus, our business banking products are tailored to help your business grow. We invite you to come see the difference at United Fidelity Bank.
First and 10 for the Titans. The handoff on a jet sweep to Braden Malone. He'll break one tackle across the 40 to the 42-yard line. About a 1-yard pickup there for Malone. Brings up second down and 10. And once again, got to repeat, we apologize for some technical difficulties tonight. We're going to try to work through it. Gibson Southern leads 7-0 over Columbus North here. 4:55 to go in the first quarter. Brady Allen back in the shotgun. He takes a snap and looks to his left. Allen steps through and throws to Helsley, who makes a sliding catch down at the 45-yard line. Only about a 3-yard pickup there from the senior to the other senior. And it brings up third down and about 6 for Gibson Southern.
Helsley really reminds me of that definition of a possession catch receiver. You know, he's got great hands, has some phenomenal route running. He'll just get you some yards for you while catching the football.
Third down and 5. Allen looks to his right, throws to his right, open in the front, making the catch is Cole McKee. He's out of bounds. First and 10, Titans in Columbus North territory.
Noticing the offense is kind of doing, I mean, they're really doing a variety of things on the offensive side of the ball, from, you know, just straight up doubles and spread to, you know, to like a little bunch in the offense. I mean, they're being really flexible with this offense, and I love it.
The shotgun is Allen. He's got Sean DeLong. First and 10 for the Titans. Allen in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off to DeLong up the middle. DeLong, nice run here across the 45 to 42 of Columbus North. Second down coming up here for Gibson Southern from the 42. The Bulldogs, second down. 7-0 Gibson Southern here 4 minutes ago in the first quarter. Allen in the shotgun, back to pass, looks to his left, still looking left, now runs to his left, pressure in his face. Allen throws down the field, wide open! Touchdown, Rory Helsley!
And that was a phenomenal job by Rory Helsley. He was smothered, honestly, by the defender, but he ran up the field, kind of kept the play alive. Brady Allen saw him upfield. Phenomenal play. What a connection this is going to be this year. Unbelievable.
And a great job by Allen to scramble and then find his senior receiver for his second touchdown of this first quarter already. 13-0 Titans with 3:49 left here in the first quarter.
What a statement early on by the Titans.
Exactly. Defense playing well, 2 touchdowns. And Chris Spear will try the extra point attempt to make it 14-0. Snap is down, and the kick is up, and it is through. 14-0 Gibson Southern, 3:49 left here in the first quarter. We'll step aside. It's Titan football here on 89 the back.
Underwriting support for Titan football from Ours Cafe and Catering of Fort Branch. At Ours, they offer exquisite food within a relaxing environment, 104 North Main. The ambience does not end there, though. They offer catering services, so your big event becomes an experience to remember with our outstanding staff and delicious food. The restaurant is open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 2:30, Thursday and Friday from 10:30 to 9, Saturday from 4 to 9, and Sunday from 10 to 2. Ours Cafe and Catering, a proud supporter of the Gibson Southern Titans.
Hello, sports fans. At United Fidelity Bank, we make it easy to bank with us. Our in-person friendly service provides peace of mind and worry-free banking. We offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles, and provide you the ability to bank anytime with our easy-to-use online banking platform. Our mobile app allows you access to your accounts on the go, and you can skip the trip to the bank with our mobile deposit. Plus, our business banking products are tailored to help your business grow. We invite you to come see the difference at United Fidelity Bank.
14-0 Gibson Southern here with 3:49 to go in this first quarter. It's been all Titans early on. 2 touchdown passes from Brady Allen to Rory Helsley, as well as the Titan defensive interception, a punt forced by the Titans. And you're right, Kyler, you couldn't really ask for a better start.
Oh, a phenomenal start. I mean, from both ends of the ball. Like I said, early on, kind of had to settle down a little bit, especially the offensive line for Gibson Southern, and the offense just had to calm down, get some game action. Because, like I said, they didn't play much last week. So just get settled down and get the ball rolling.
Here's a kickoff from Helsley, going to be filled at the second level by the Bulldogs. Going to be number 22 there on the return. That is Connor Essick, who returns it out to about the 30-yard line, about the same starting position the Bulldogs have had all night. And really, Kyle, this is a big possession for Columbus North. Next to nothing going on offensively. You mentioned the interception and the 3 and out. They got to try to get the ball in the end zone here.
With the way that Gibson Southern's offense is rolling, then yes, I say that they are in dire need, or at least points on the board, really. And, you know, like I said, because so far, this Gibson Southern offense has really had its way against the Columbus North defense.
So first and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 29-yard line. 14-0 Gibson Southern in front. Hammonds hands it off up the middle. That's going to be Redmond, the tailback, and Redmond gets it up to about the 35-yard line. And a 5-yard pickup. Second down coming up. And really, you know, you go back to that first possession that Gibson Southern had, where they had, the negative run, Allen was strip sacked, but fell on it. They eventually got a touchdown out of that. So, Columbus North has had some bright spots, but man, really needing a score right here. Hammond's back in the shotgun, 2nd down and 5. He's going to hand it off up the middle once again to Redmond, and Redmond will plow forward across the 40-yard line of Columbus North. That will be enough for a Bulldog first down, their first down of the contest. Three minutes to go here in the opening frame. Once again, we apologize for some technical difficulties tonight. We're going to try to work through them. Gordy Lint back at the 89-1 Bash studio working hard for us. First down here for the Bulldogs from their own 40-yard line. And the shotgun is Hammonds. He's going to give it off to Redmond up the middle. And Redmond will put his head down and try to plow forward. Redmond takes some Titans defenders all the way to the 49-yard line. And it's just shy of a first down. Be 2nd and short here for Columbus North.
And this might be a stretch to say just personally, but when you think the defense, especially the defensive line, is a little tired maybe? I mean, they
haven't had that.
Exactly.
Gibson Southern has been able to score quickly when they've had the football. So 2nd down here and short for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 1 ball at midfield. Hammond's in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right, now 1 to his left. Hammond's throw to his left, and the catch is made by Horn. He's going to turn upfield, and Horn taken down at the 47-yard line of the Titans. That's going to be another first down.
Columbus North definitely taking advantage of what we just said earlier about they really need to do something on this possession.
Well, they're moving the ball quickly but surely, but man, a big possession here. They've got to find a way to get in the end zone to cut down this Gibson Southern 14-0 lead. 1:43 left here in the first quarter. And the shotgun is Hammonds. He will hand it off up the middle to Redmond once again. Redmond shakes off one tackler. Gets about 4 yards to the 43 of Gibson Southern. Brings up 2nd down and about 5, and a quick injury here on the field. That is a Columbus North player that is down. And say what, Kyler, week 1 is something you never want to see for either team is somebody go down.
It's a long season, Cole.
Yeah.
Very long season.
And there's some heat as well, and a lot of time like this, it might be a cramp. And I can usually tell by the way the trainer is going to stretch that leg out. Yeah, what's that cramp? You know something about those, Kyler, when you're playing in the heat, first game of the year.
Yeah.
We're sweating up here in the press box. It's a hot one today, but hydration is key, especially early in the year.
There's nothing like the sport of football, is there, Cole?
Best time of the year. Illinois starts their season. Schools like Carmel over there on the Illinois side of things, but Indiana starting here week 1 of their season here tonight. As the football season at all levels, high school, college, professional, all getting started here for what should be a and hopefully mainly normal 2021 season. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 for the Bulldogs after the injury timeout. Luke Hammonds, their quarterback, the 5'9" senior, back in the shotgun. 14-0, Titans lead. 1:25 left here in the first quarter. Hammonds in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side and a running back behind him. Hammonds going to pass here, throws left. That ball is caught and quickly brought down by Brendan Malone. That receiver was number 14, Tyler Blythe, on the tackle with the catch for the Bulldogs. Got about 3 yards there, maybe 4. Brings up 4th down and a yard. Actually, 3rd down and a yard here for the Bulldogs.
Very big
at the Gibson Southern 38.
Very big 3rd down here for the Titans.
Hammonds hands it off up the middle and getting a first down and more. Running this football inside the 20-yard line and out of bounds is number 22, Connor Essick. He's going to take this football into the red zone for the Bulldogs in Columbus North, threatening here on this drive.
Columbus North has had a really solid drive so far.
Yeah.
I mean, they have pounded the rock, and Gibson Southern really hasn't had no answer to it. So like I said, it could be fatigue. I mean, like I said, it's early on, hasn't had a lot of game competition, especially for the D linemen. So, like I said, anything can happen with the Gibson on the defense, though. I mean, they can get it like that.
41 seconds to go here in the first quarter. In the shotgun is Hammonds. He moves 3 receivers to his right. He's got 1 to his left. Hands it off. Up. Ball comes out. Titans have it. Right on cue, Kyler. The Titans recover a fumble.
And just like that, Columbus North was driving. Somebody was able to pop that ball out. Just like I said, anything can happen with the Gibson Southern defense. They can make a play at any time on anywhere in the field early on so far.
Bring out that turnover belt once again. That was number 43 for the Titans who fell on the football. Levi Dickerson, the transfer from Robinson High School. Talked to Nick Hart about him back on Tuesday. He says he loves what he brings to the table playing for the red and yellow here in his senior year. So 1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 17-yard line after recovering the fumble. In the shotgun is Brady Allen. Takes a snap, looks to throw left, does throw left. Guess who? Rory Helsley makes the catch on the sideline across the Gibson Southern 40. They can't guard number 80. First down, Titans.
Rory Helsley is just a massive target. He's a massive target. He's a really lengthy kid, and he's just so physical. He's so physical. The corner for Columbus North tried to press Rory, and Rory just kind of shoved it off. The problem. And Brady Allen just placed a phenomenal ball right there, right on the sideline.
Those two are going to have some fun this year. 6'3", 180 pounds is Rory Helsley. Allen play fake, goes back to Helsley, left side, runs into his own man. He's got nowhere to go. That was a good job by Columbus North, recognizing a screen play there for the Titans. And about a loss of a yard, brings up 2nd and 11.
Gibson Southern tried that screen play a little earlier on that red zone area, and Rory just honestly dropped it. And ever since that drop, he's been phenomenal.
That time he was pretty much hit as soon as he got the football. And we're going to have the end of the first quarter here. With Gibson Southern leading Columbus North in the first game of the 2021 season. 14-0. Kyler, really with what Gibson Southern has done here early on, pretty much applying the pressure. Offense playing well, defense playing well. And a 14-0 lead here at the end of the first quarter.
I say you got to be ecstatic. Think about this. This is a 6A football program, and they have had, especially offensively, defense had their struggles a little bit, especially because Columbus North almost had, they were really close to the red zone on that last drive, but especially the offense. The offense has really, except for a couple of plays early on, the offense has been really dominant. The offense has been dominant against a 6A. I would say powerhouse, but a 6A top-of-the-line program in Columbus North. What more could you want for that? That's why Coach Hart schedules these games for these kids, is to get them more experience early on, so that later come down playoff time, they're ready for this type of stuff.
Yeah, you can really get a feel for what you're going to be this season when you face a team like a 6A Columbus North squad. Once again, 14-0 here at the end of the first quarter. Cole Carter and Kyler Gimmon here at Bill Memorial Field here in Fort Branch, Indiana. And so we'll be Titan football to start off the second quarter. They are into just near midfield. And we'll see they can cap off with another touchdown drive here. So the 2 touchdown passes from Allen to Helsley. And you mentioned Columbus North had a good-looking drive. They got the football inside the red zone on the Titan side of the field before a fumble. Mike Dickerson recovered it. And Gibson Southern will look to try to extend this 14-0. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We apologize for some technical difficulties. It's never easy. First game is working through it. A big thanks to Gordy Limp, who's back at the studio. I know he's been stressing, but he's getting us on the air. That's all that matters here in game 1. Hopefully, by next week, we got everything figured out. And we got a long road trip next week. Kyler going all the way to just across the river from Louisville, Kentucky at New Albany High School.
Kid Andy.
Yeah. They'll play
not just the drive either.
another Bulldog squad in New Albany High School. But 1st and 10 for the Titans here. Actually 2nd down and 11. First play of the second quarter. Allen wants to go deep, but he's taken down to the backfield. Sacked. Back there, I believe that was the same guy that got him earlier. Number 50, Dawson Adams. His second sack of the evening. And once again, Gibson Southern in the 3rd and long here. And this might not be 4-down territory. They can't pick this one up. 3rd down and about 17. Back at their own 33.
I really think it's really tough for Gibson Southern. You just have to make quicker plays on the football.
Allen back to pass. They want to set up a screen here, and they throw it to the long, and he got interfered with. Pass ball is incomplete, but it's going to be a pass interference against the Bulldogs. Number 22, Connor Essick, was just a hair too early. I'll tell you what, Kyler, Essick played that play phenomenally. He read it all the way, but made a play on the ball and they're going to wave the flag. I'll tell you what, I agree with that call because Essick made a great play. He read the screenplay and got to Sean DeLong just a hair early. and they pick the flag, that's the right call, even though it's not in the Titans' favor.
Oh, I mean, for sure. I mean, and actually, and this is the ref's first game of the season too, might I add.
Yeah.
So, great pickup. Because just like you said, I watched it as well. I mean, really, he may have been, maybe, and this is a stretch, he may have been a little too early, but really, it was really bang play. I mean, he was just trying to make a play on the football and just secure the tackle, and great play by the Columbus North player.
Gibson Southern punt will be fair comp at the 40-yard line. Number 14 making the fair catch, Tyler Blythe there for the Bulldogs. And I'll tell you what, Kyler, it's the first everybody in the building, except it doesn't seem like Brady Allen and Rory Heltzy are playing their first game. It seems like it's week 17 for them when they're playing out here tonight. But 14-0 Gibson Southern with 11:19 to go here in the second quarter. And the Bulldogs will start this drive at their own 40. And once again, a big possession for them, trying to cut back into this lead. Titans scored twice in the first quarter, a couple of touchdown passes from Brady Allen to Rory Heltzy. In the shotgun is Luke Hammonds, running back behind him. Two receivers to his left and one to his right. Turns, hands it off up the middle. It's going to be Blythe, the ball carrier, across the 40 to the 44-yard line. At about 4 yards there. Brings up second down at 6.
Yeah, Columbus North on the at least running the ball has gained about 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. So like I said, the D-line has got to kind of come together, fill the holes, fill the gaps, especially along with the linebackers and safeties, and just shut them down on the running side of football.
And it seems like Columbus North really isn't in a hurry either. They're running the football, trying to establish this game. Plenty of time left. 10:40 to go here in the second quarter. Back in the shotgun is Hammonds. He wants to throw here. He's got pressure to his left. Now throws over the middle. The catch is made, and turning upfield is Castetter. And we brought down at the Gibson Southern 34-yard line. Keegan Castetter with the catch and the run. Deep in the Titan territory. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs, and we're seeing the passing game kind of come into effect here for Columbus North as well as the no-huddle.
That was a great pass by Hammonds. I mean, he threaded the needle pretty much right in the middle of the zone that Gibson Southern. Look out for Columbus North.
Hammonds back in the shotgun. 10:20 to go here in the first half. Hammonds hands it off up the middle to Blythe. Once again, Blythe will make it. Then he brought down by a couple of Gibson Southern players at the 34-yard line. Bring up second down and about a 2-yard pickup there.
One thing I've noticed too, speaking of which penalties from earlier, is it's been a very clean football game.
Yeah.
I mean, there really hasn't been a whole lot of penalties for both sides, really.
And that's surprising for your first game of the season. Normally, it takes some time to get that discipline in check, but of course, these players work so hard on that in the offseason. Second down and 8, hands back to pass, looks to his left, steps up, now takes off. He'll make Dickerson miss at the 30-yard line. It's across the Gibson Southern 30 to about the 28-yard line. They'll bring up third down and short. Nice run there by the quarterback.
I think it is so tough. I mean, so incredibly tough, especially as a defense as a whole, to stop dual threat quarterbacks. I mean, because Hammonds is from what, I mean, I don't know a whole lot about the kid, but from what I can tell early on, this kid is very, very athletic. I mean, he just made like a little stutter step juke move on a very good linebacker and Levi Dickerson. So he's a very athletic kid, and it's so tough as a defense to stop dual threat quarterbacks.
And this shotgun is Hammonds, moves the man in motion. Now he's going to run it once again up the middle, gets met, and he's got nowhere to go. Dickerson once again was there on the play, but finishing it off was number 3, Peyton Rogers. The Titans came with the pressure there and it worked, and brings up fourth down. Definitely 4-down territory here for the Bulldogs. And a big play once again.
It's all about flying to the football, and right there, number 5, Logan Maurer, did just that. Hammonds may have had a little bit of a shot to maybe make a play on the left side after the middle was boggled up, but Logan Maurer flew to the football and stuffed him.
4th down and 4 from the Gibson Southern 28-yard line. Hammonds has 3 receivers to his right and 2 to his left. He moves a man in motion. Hammonds looking right, now looking left. He's going to run to his left, trying to change directions. He's not going to get anywhere near the first down marker. Taken down, out of bounds. Might have been a fumble, but it won't matter. It's going to be a turnover on downs regardless. 1st and 10 for the Titans. The Gibson Southern defense comes up once again.
That is such a beautiful play by the defense. I mean, stayed on the receivers as far as coverage goes. I mean, really, Hammonds had no other option to go. I mean, he was already committed to the sideline, and they were able to wrap him up, bring him down. Phenomenal. I mean, the Gibson Southern defense, I think, has been the star of the show tonight, personally. Rory Heltzy and Brady Allen have been phenomenal, too, don't get me wrong. But this defense has been so great. They are bending but not breaking.
The Titans regain possession here at their own 28-yard line. 1st down and 10. Brady Allen in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Hands it off to Sean DeLong up the middle. DeLong looking for some blockers. Got about 2 yards there up to the Titan 30-yard line. Be second down. Once again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Roy Limp is back at the studio. We know we've had some audio issues, but we're working through them. Appreciate your patience. Gibson Southern leads this one 14-0. 7:45 to go here in the first half. Allen in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his left now and 2 to his right. Fully spread. Allen looking to his right. Steps up, throws on the near sideline. The catch is made. That's number 14 with the catch. Isaac O'Neal taken down just shy of the 40-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Gibson Southern.
Brady Allen fires that football in there. I mean, he is such a powerful thrower.
So first down for Gibson Southern. Football marked at the Titan 37-yard line. 37, 7:34 to go here in the first half. Gibson Southern leads 14-0. Allen in the shotgun. He's a man in motion. That's McKee going from right to left, and a handoff to DeLong up the middle. And DeLong, tell you what, the front 7 in terms of rush defense for Columbus North has been pretty impressive. DeLong has really through the run.
Columbus North is very, very strong up front.
Yeah.
I mean, they are very physical, and really, I think Gibson Southern has beat this Columbus North through the passing game.
Second down and 12 coming up for the Titans from their own 36-yard line. Allen try to get the Bulldogs to jump offside. They don't bite, and an audible coming from the Gibson Southern sideline. Allen calls out the play. Second down, 12, 14-0 Gibson Southern lead. Allen looks to his right now, throws to the near sideline, and the catch is made in traffic on number 14. That's going to be Isaac O'Neal once again in front of the Gibson Southern sideline. And it is going to be about a 7-yard pickup there. Maybe 8, brings up third down at about 4.
There's kind of a little bit of confusion between Isaac O'Neal and Roy Huxley. They really weren't sure who's getting the ball. Really
Somebody in Rebel supposed to catch the football. That's all, Matt. And they did. Another catch for O'Neal, brings up third down and 4. Allen looks to his left, has time, now rolls out to his right. He can get this with his leg, and he's going to put a shoulder down. He'll get into Columbus North territory, and that's a Titan first down. Once again.
One thing you can never ever question about Brady Allen is his hustle and his heart. I mean, just like you said, he usually does not run, but he will if he has to. Put his shoulder down, and with his big size, fought for the first down. Phenomenal job by the Purdue commit, Brady Allen.
Couple of subs in the ballgame now for the Titan offense. Ball at the Columbus North 47-yard line. 6 to go here in the first half. 14. Gibson Southern leads over Columbus North. Week 1 here, the 2021 season. Allen hands it off to DeLong up the middle, and DeLong once again finding some running room. Gets about 2 yards there up to the Gibson Southern, actually the Columbus North 44-yard line. Brings up second down and 7. And also, Kyler, when you're running out of the shotgun, it takes you a good 3 steps until you get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's kind of why DeLong is kind of settling with these 3-yard, 4-yard runs. Just that momentum, it also helps, but Columbus North, tip your cap, they're doing a pretty good job in the run game.
I think Columbus North is doing an outstanding job in the run game.
Allen back to pass, feels the pressure. He's going to roll it to his right. He'll throw that one away. A smart play by the senior. Once again, a great job by the Bulldogs getting the pressure. And a third down coming up, 3rd and 7. It's probably 4-down territory here for the Titans.
I'm really curious to see what the third down conversion is for the Titans in this game. I mean, because they probably have not had at least one, maybe.
They've had a couple of 4th downs. They had to punt.
Yeah. But so far,
they've converted a couple of 3rd downs. We don't have stats up here. I wish we did, but I don't have any official numbers, of course. Third down and 7 here. Allen over the middle. Catch is made. First down, Titans. There's another conversion. Cole McKee with the catch inside the Columbus North 35-yard line.
One thing about this Gibson Southern offense, too, is that, I remember hearing Cole McKee a little bit. A lot of these guys have grown up and matured as phenomenal football players, especially going into the offseason for this year. I mean, a lot of these guys looking, and they are juiced up. They have hit the weight room, and they are ready for the upcoming season.
Injury timeout on the field. We'll take one as well with Titan football here on 89-1 The Bash.
This broadcast of Gibson Southern Titan football on 89.1 The Bash is underwritten by Pro Rehab.
Did you know you can refer yourself to Pro Rehab? It's called Direct Access. You no longer need to call your provider for a referral. Now the first step is up to you. If you have pain or an injury, call them. Direct Access means Pro Rehab is just a phone call away.
Pro Rehab is a proud underwriting sponsor of Gibson Southern Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
Gibson Southern leads with 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, 14-0. Cole Carter and Tyler Gaiman with you. Thanks for joining us. Week 1 of this 2021 season, and we'll be on the road next week as the Titans travel to New Albany, Indiana, just across the river from Louisville, Kentucky. We'll face the Bulldogs at that high school, and me and Kyler will have that one for you. I believe that's a 6:30 Central Time start. Stay tuned to the 89.1 The Bash Facebook page for official start times there next week.
That's a hot one, Cole. That's a hot one up here.
I've been sweating all night, man. It's a hot one. But I'll tell you what, here in about 8 weeks, we're going to be freezing up here.
That'd be hoodie weather.
And hopefully here in about 14 weeks or so, we can be inside the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
Hey,
I'm not making it.
It's week 1, Cole.
I'm just saying, it would be nice to broadcast a football game from an indoor stadium. And of course, we've done some talk. We had a lot of time to kill today. Kyler talking about that 2015 team, the 2013 team. Those are the furthest teams that Gibson Southern has had. And you can't help but talk about it. I'm sure these players have mentioned it. They've got that 15 team, that 13 team, kind of in their back of the mind this year.
Oh, I thought what's even greater is that, there are guys on the sideline right now. There are guys from the 2015 team, 2017 team, my sophomore year. There are guys literally on the sideline right now coaching these fellas, saying, hey, we have been in these situations before. We have been in this, especially on the sideline currently. So, there are guys who have experienced this firsthand, and they're their coaches. I mean, Brady Allen is being coached by these guys.
Yep.
So, what other better experience could you have?
You mentioned Nick Sellers. Did some research, and I want to thank Scotty DeLong, who I know is listening tonight. He did a really good job of helping me find some of these stats prior to today's game. But Brady Allen is just 902 prior to tonight's game, just 902 yards away from breaking Nick Sellers' school record with 8,567 passing yards. Coming into tonight's game, Al was at 7,665. So, tell you what, Tyler, if he can stay upright, he might break that record by the time the season's said and done.
And, I really hate this assumption, but, kind of the obvious. Are we surprised?
No.
I mean, he's a Purdue quarterback. Purdue commit for a reason. And so, it would only be fitting, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I just love to see it for him. He's a phenomenal kid. He works insanely hard at his craft, and you just love to see it for him.
So a lengthy timeout here. I'm not sure if there was an official's timeout or what, but regardless, we're back into action. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 14-0 Gibson Southern leads. Allen back to pass. Quick throw to his right. Oh, it's off the hands of Sean DeLong. He had some green grass and possibly the end zone in front of him, but I think Brady Allen probably wants that throw back. It was a little bit behind his running back.
It was a little bit, but I think at the same time, I think Sean could have caught the ball as well.
Tough play for the sophomore.
That is one that you're going to look at the film and be like, wow, I missed that one. But it's fine. It's want these plays week 1 and not semi-state or a regional. I mean, you want these plays now.
Allen back to pass here on second. To his right, pressure in his face, throwing to the sideline, and it's out of bounds. And once again, a smart throwaway there by Allen. Brings up 3rd down and 10, and Kyler, here's a chance for the Columbus North defense to get a big stop and try to score before this half is over. The Titans will get the ball to start the third quarter.
And Columbus North, honestly, has been in these 3rd down, 4th down situations so many times tonight, and they just cannot capitalize on it. So, it's great for Gibson Southern, but it's also really frustrating for Columbus North as they have stopped them on 1st down and 2nd down a lot, but they just can't stop them on 3rd, 4th.
3rd and 10, Allen looking left. That's where Helpsy is. Now he's going to step up, and he's going to take off inside the 30, 25, 20, 15, and taking down the 11-yard line is Brady Allen, the quarterback with the legs, and he shows the 1st down signal. 1st down Gibson Southern.
And the NFL, that'd be a flag.
Nowadays, yes.
No, but in all seriousness, one thing I've noticed this year, especially early on than in years past, is Brady Allen has ran the football a lot more. I mean, in years past he hadn't a little bit, but this year especially, he is running a lot more, and you absolutely love to see it.
1st down and 10, not a goal to go here. Ball's at the 11-yard line, and it's a handoff to Sean DeLong on the right side. And one of the very few penalties we've seen tonight as a flag comes down as DeLong is taken down at the Gibson Southern 9, or correction, the Columbus North 9. It's going to be a hold against the Titans. Back them up here.
And Coach Hart is not very happy.
Yeah.
And I can see his point. Looking at that, I thought that defensive end may have been held a little bit. Just watching the play happen, you kind of. And I guess the official caught it. And I can see Coach Hart's point of view. It was kind of a, like I said, it was kind of a bang-bang play. The officials made the call. I'm not in the zebra striped shirt.
Luckily. We appreciate everything the officials do, even though sometimes the fans don't agree.
They are human too.
That's right. So it's going to be first and long here for Gibson Southern. First and 20 from the 23-yard line. Brady Allen on the shotgun. He's got Helsley to his right as well as O'Neal. And two receivers out to his left. Allen takes a snap. He's going to look to his right. Pressure comes up the middle, and Allen throws this one towards the sideline. And that's going to be in the Gibson Southern band on the sideline. Here's a second down and long. I'll tell you what, Kyler, when Columbus North has gotten pressure to Brady Allen, that's when Brady's had to kind of scramble and almost panic, throw it away. And that's going to be the key for Columbus North to get back in this ballgame. You got to get pressure number 18.
I would also even agree to the fact of that the O-line has kind of had a rough first half so far. I mean, kind of had some play, like I said, the holding on first down, that already brings you back and makes the drive even tougher, especially get the first down. So O-line has had struggles here tonight.
Allen, back to pass once again, get a rock to his right, throws one, and the catch is made by Cole McKee. A short gain there on the reception by the junior, McKee. He's out of bounds, looking to roll the 19-yard line. So a 4-yard pickup there. Brings up third down and 17. They're going to mark it at the 20. So third and 17 from the Columbus North 20-yard line. Definitely say 4-down territory here for Gibson Southern. A field goal is definitely an option here. We've seen a couple of field goals made. Chris Spear, their kicker's done a pretty good job so far. Third down and 15. Allen in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Looking left. Steps up. And he's going to be brought down to the backfield. A sack, the third sack of the night for the Bulldogs. And that was number 51 for the black and blue. Savion Miles, the 6'2 junior with the sack. And so now what do you do on fourth and a country mile?
No, good shot. I think I'll go for it.
I
think it's even the smart option because if you don't get this, then it's really kind of like a punt.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, in the NFL, you go for a field goal here, but
exactly.
But that's really why on that third down, you would like to get about 7 yards or so to make it a manageable fourth down. But now we've got fourth and 21 from the 24. That holding penalty really hurt Gibson Southern. Now Allen back to pass, going to roll to his left, wide open, making the catch for the touchdown. Caden Hurlis. Fourth and 21, no problem.
My.
Wide open.
That was beautiful. I mean,
social distancing.
Wow. I might be a little biased, but that may be what separates Brady Allen than anybody else. I mean, he rolled outside, had to roll out a little bit, set his feet, planted, and fired a missile over to an open, I believe that was Caden Hurlis, in the middle of the field. And he is hype on the sideline, and I am hype for him. Phenomenal job.
Allen's third touchdown pass of the night. I'll tell you what, he might catch Nick Seller tonight, Kyler. That 900 not be anything. Yeah, that's when you're just curious to what his stats are in this first half. For the extra point, it's going to be declined. That was, I believe, against Columbus North, but an extra point attempt here by Chris Spear. He's 2 for 2 so far this evening.
And this team, I can already tell, this team is resilient. I mean, they have been in third and 20. The first drive of the game, I believe, or maybe first offensive series. Yep. Third and 20. You get to a manageable fourth down, you convert that. The offensive line, I will say, there's been a little bit of negatives on the offensive side of the ball. The offensive line has made it tougher for Gibson Southern. But, man, I mean, these skilled players are just, they are bowling out tonight. I mean, if there's two victories of this first half, I think that's your defense, bending and not breaking, and the skilled players on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, they are playing phenomenal.
23-yard touchdown pass from Brady Allen to Caden Hurlis, the senior with his first touchdown catch of the season. Third touchdown pass of the first half for Brady Allen. We'll try our best to dig around for some halftime stats for you just to see what Brady's first half was looking like. But I'll tell you what, Kyler, what makes him so talented and what makes him a Division I quarterback is how smooth he made that look. I mean, the pressure came from his face, did not affect him at all. Able to set his feet and find his wide open receiver. I'll tell you what, I bet Columbus North have a little bit of a shell shock being down 21-0, but if they can put one in the end zone before this half is over, try to find some in them, that's for sure.
And because whenever I played just a couple years ago, freshman sophomore, I don't believe that makes that play. I really don't. I think that he has grown tremendously. Brayon has grown tremendously sophomore year here at Gibson Southern into his junior and senior that, by his senior year, he's able to make those terrific throws just like what he did right there. I mean, that play, wow. That's all I can say is wow.
And a pooch kick here from Chris Spear, and it's a loose ball and a live ball, and Columbus North has recovered it. A penalty flag flies in. Now, this is curious to see what they call here. There was a Columbus North player that smartly called for a fair catch, and I believe they're going to call fair catch interference, even though the Bulldogs recovered the kick, period. They might get some penalty over out of this one.
I thought it was a great pooch kick call.
Yeah.
I thought it was actually really smart call. You want to get another touchdown in before the half. So, and also phenomenal play by Drew Foster he high pointed that ball and grabbed it out of the air. But just like you said, it's kind of a if I'm reaching for football on a kickoff, and I don't really see the fair catch, and it's kind of like a great try type play.
So they're going to call a fair catch interference, which is what I figured they would call. It'll be against the Titans and a couple of penalty yards here for the Bulldogs. Move the football to the Columbus North 48-yard line. 21-0. Gibson Southern in front. 3:11 to go here in the first half. A couple of touchdown catches for Rory Helsey as well as Caden Hurlis. You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown. We all get touchdowns tonight.
Looks like Oprah out here.
And hopefully we get a couple more before this one's said and done. That's what Columbus North is thinking right now. They could look for a touchdown here. 1-0 Gibson Southern lead.
And I know a whole lot can change in half, but this has been a really, really for the Titans. 21-0, shutting out a 6A team in the first half. Unbelievable.
Quick throw to the right side from quarterback Luke Hammons, making the catch and a couple of yards up ahead for the Bulldogs. That's going to be number 5, Damon Edwards. The catch got a couple of yards, but nothing really there. And I think the difference here offensively between Gibson Southern and Columbus North, Kyler, is the Bulldogs have been really conservative. Haven't really taken that deep shot besides the interception on the second play of the game, but Hammons really has been conservative. He's used his legs pretty well also. He's in the shotgun here. He's got a couple of receivers stacked to his left. A running back behind him, that's Blythe in the backfield. And Hammons wants to throw here. Quick throw to the left side. Tipped and incomplete. Off the hand of his intended receiver. Looking for Keegan Castetter. I believe that was Braden Malone there on the coverage.
Braden Malone came up there and, absolutely smacked Keegan Hammons.
If he's half a second early.
Or Keegan Castetter.
If he's a half a second early, that's pass interference. Great job there by Malone.
And mind you, Keegan is about 5'9", and Braden's only about 5'9". So, that's a one-for-one matchup. My word, I love the physicality defense, man. I love it.
3rd down and 7. Hammons in the shotgun. Blythe behind him. Takes a snap and looks left. Throws over the middle. The catch is made by Castetter, and he's got the first down inside the Gibson Southern 35-yard line. Called the 33. The Bulldogs move the ball here. 2:24 to go in this second quarter. 21-0. Titans lead.
I'll give Luke Hammons a lot of credit. In short yard situations, he has delivered the ball and accurately.
And the shotgun is Hammons looking to his left. Now steps up. He wants the long ball here. 1-on-1. No flags thrown. Great coverage by Braden Malone in the end zone. He was looking there at number 13, Cooper Horn, the 6'2 junior. I'll tell you what, not a bad decision there by Hammons. Wanted the jump ball there. Horn had the size advantage, but once again, great coverage by Braden Malone.
And Cooper Horn is 6'2", and Braden Malone is 5'9". Mm-hmm. That is a major height advantage, but Braden Malone is just so athletic. He is able to go up there and he pretty much high play that football. He's 5'9". So that is why he plays Braden Malone at corner right there.
And the shotgun is Hammons. Once again, he's going to move him into his left. Now 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right. 2:10 to go here in the second quarter. Hammons quarterback draw. Puts a shoulder down. Gets it across the 25 of Gibson Southern to about the 24. And we're going to have, I believe, a timeout on the field. Was I too soon? Nope, no timeout call. We're going to keep playing, I assume. Going to make a 3rd down and about 1 here. Under 2 minutes to go. I believe both teams have 2 timeouts left. Could be wrong. They don't show it on the scoreboard here. 98 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. 21-0 Titans lead. Columbus North has the football. Quarterback draw here for Hammonds up the middle. And Hammonds will shake off one tackler, gets it up to about the 20-yard line. Call to 19. It's going to be a first down for Columbus North with James.
We've seen these drives before. Gibson Southern kind of bending a little bit, early on, maybe getting a little tired. I mean, it is getting close to half, but you got to hang in there. Credit to Columbus North. I think they have ran the ball exceptionally well against this Gibson Southern defense tonight.
Hammonds back to pass here, looks to his left. He's got pressure, throws to the end zone, got a man there. That's Horn. That's a touchdown for the Bulldogs. A touchdown reception of 20 yards from Luke Hammonds for Horn in the back of the end zone. And the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard with 1:06 to play here in the first half. A great throw there by Hammonds and a nice catch by Horn.
That was a phenomenal look. Luke Hammonds was getting pressure in his face by Ben Luttrell, and Luke Hammonds just fired a laser right in the end zone and put it to where only Cooper Horn could get it. Phenomenal job by Columbus North. Tip your cap to them for sure.
We got a whole new ball game now. It could be a 14-point game with the extra point by Horn on the way. 21-6 Titans lead. 66 seconds left here in the second quarter. Snap down, the extra point kick is up and good. 1:06 to go here in the first half. Gibson Southern leads 21-7. We'll step aside. It's Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
If you've ever considered a career in broadcasting or digital media, now is the time to be a warrior. Enroll at Wabash Valley College. Our TV channel was named the nation's best in 2020, and you already know 89.1 The Bash is the best alternative rock station in the region. We offer more real-world hands-on experience while working with the latest equipment and technology. Our graduates are getting jobs or moving on to four-year universities. It's time to be a warrior. Call 618-262-8641 today.
Big thanks to Gordon Lynn back at the 89.1 The Bash studio. Mentioned we've had some technical difficulties, and he's done a great job helping us through it. Hope you've enjoyed some Gibson Southern football here on 89.1 WVJC-FM. Now, Carl, Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 21-7. And the ball, their first score of the night on a touchdown pass of 20 yards from Luke Hammonds to Cooper Horn. And the Bulldogs right back in the ballgame. Kyler, a big score there right before halftime, and you think it's time to try to get a score here before the end of the half?
Just so far from what we have seen early on in this game, I think the Titans have a lot of time to drive down the field and score.
And I think they have a couple of timeouts left. I'm not sure how many, but would not be shocked at all if we see the Titans try to get one more in the end zone before this happens. But they will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Just knowing how aggressive Coach Hart is, and even you just think about the pooch kick right there. The Titans, they wanted the ball back right there to get some points in the board. So knowing Coach Hart, and I could be completely wrong, I'm not in his head, but I would be shocked if he is not very aggressive on this offensive possession.
So 1:06 to go here in the second quarter. 21-7 Titans lead. Week 1 of the 2021 season. Here's a pooch kick from Horn. Fielded in the second level. That's going to be Peyton Rogers on the return. Rogers going near sideline, cuts upfield now. And Rogers a nice return on the pooch kick to the Titan 35-yard line. First and 10 for Gibson Southern. 59 seconds left in this first half. And you can probably tell by the first play they run here that they plan on being aggressive. Well, they might throw out this clock here in the half. 21-7. Titans lead here in the second quarter. 1 minute play.
I can see Coach Hart doing both. I can see Coach Hart running the ball, just being ready to come out the second half. Or I can see him just take some deep shots like, hey, we have some skill players. We're going to try to use them.
Well, he's going spread here. 2 receivers each side. And it's a handoff to DeLong. Once again, DeLong got about 2 or 3 yards there. And the clock is running, and that looks like what might do to end this half.
But also, just like you said, Gibson Southern does get the ball the start of the third quarter. So, very smart call, I think, by Coach Hart. Don't want to do a turnover and even have a shot for Columbus North to even score right before half.
Yeah. I think if Rogers returns that kick possibly across midfield, it's a different story. But you're right, in your own territory, you don't want to give the Bulldogs any sort of momentum going to the locker room. 21-7, Titans lead. Final 15 seconds here in the second quarter. It's a handoff to DeLong, and he'll get about 1 yard before he's taken down at the Titan 39, and that's going to end this first half. An impressive one of that for Gibson Southern, but Columbus North trying to stay in it The Titans lead at 21-7. The first two quarters of play. We'll step aside and qualify for halftime stats. Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 21-7. It's Titan football here on 89 on the Bash.
Jason Rainey, your Hobstadt, Indiana, Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Gibson Southern Titans on 89.1 The Bash. We're located at the corner of Vine and Hobb Streets in Hobstadt, or can be contacted at 812-615-5075 or by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Support provided by Wabash General Hospital. Whether you're a competitive athlete or you just want to enjoy a stroll around the neighborhood, the WGH Orthopedic and Sports Medicine team is ready to help you get back to moving through life with greater comfort and ease. WGH offers comprehensive orthopedic services from the time of injury or diagnosis throughout the treatment and rehabilitation process. If you're suffering from an orthopedic problem, no matter how minor or significant, the WGH board-certified experts can be reached at 618-263-6400. This broadcast of Gibson Southern Titan football on 89.1 The Bash is underwritten by Pro Rehab.
Did you know you can refer yourself to Pro Rehab? It's called Direct Access. You no longer need to call your provider for a referral. Now the first step is up to you. If you have pain or an injury, call them. Direct Access means Pro Rehab is just a phone call away.
Pro Rehab is a proud underwriting sponsor of Gibson Southern Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash. Support provided by Wabash General Hospital. Injuries and illnesses don't always happen from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. That's why Wabash General Hospital offers a convenient care clinic from 6 to 9 p.m. weekdays and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekends, right inside the main lobby of the hospital. If you need non-urgent medical services for flu-like symptoms, minor cuts, and more, our skilled and compassionate providers are ready to help. For an appointment, the Wabash General Hospital Convenient Care Clinic can be reached at 618-262-8621. Walk-ins are welcome.
Underwriting support for Titan football from Ours Cafe and Catering of Fort Branch. At Ours, they offer exquisite food within a relaxing environment at 104 North Main. The ambience does not end there, though. They offer catering services, so your big event becomes an experience to remember with our outstanding staff and delicious food. The restaurant is open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 2:30, Thursday and Friday from 10:30 to 9, Saturday from 4 to 9, and Sunday from 10 to 2. Ours Cafe and Catering, a proud supporter of the Gibson Southern Titans.
I think what makes Wabash better than any other college is that it's a small, close-knit community, and it offers a lot of different classes with a lot of different teachers.
What makes it better is the hands-on training. Teachers really want you to succeed.
It's such a different kind of community than what a big college would be. I can go and walk down the hall and I know like 7 different people, and so I think it's just the sense of community that you get.
Funding provided in whole by the Governor's Education Emergency Relief Fund through the Illinois Community College Board.
Big thanks to Gordy Lamp back at the 89 on the Bash. They're doing a great job and fighting through the technical difficulties that were here. Gibson Southern High School, the Titans lead over Columbus North 21-7. Cole Carter and Tyler Gammon with you. A pretty phenomenal first half for the Titans. They had a couple of hiccups there on offense, but I'll tell you what, there's not much more you can say than Brady Allen. Man, he looked good tonight.
And Roy Heltzley as well. I mean, that connection is so special early on, and I know you can work on that in the offseason and one-on-ones, but to see that in game time is quite special. And I'm telling you right now, expect to see a lot of Brady Allen and Roy Heltzley throughout the course of the year. And
this is the Edward Jones financial representative Jason Rainey halftime show. Also want to thank our Gibson Southern sponsors, Wabash General Hospital, Edward Jones financial representative Jason Rainey, Pro Rehab, Ours Cafe and Catering, and United Fidelity Bank. Thanks to all of our Gibson Southern football sponsors. Appreciate you fighting through this broadcast. We know we've had some audio issues, but hopefully by the time we make the trip over to Albany next Friday, we can get those taken care of. So we have some unofficial halftime stats for you, courtesy of Kyler Gammon creeping through Twitter. I believe this is Courier the Score that's applying these stats, but Gibson Southern ran 33 plays there in the first half, and really I'm surprised how close these offensive yard comparisons are. The Titans with 192 offensive yards and the Bulldogs with 149. 12 minutes and 10 seconds. Columbus North had it for 8 minutes and 23 seconds. But I'll tell you what, Kyler, here's the thing. 21 rushing yards for the Titans. Bulldogs had 83. When you look over at the passing yards, Titans 171, Bulldogs was 66. But there's no question, the run game has been a bit of a struggle for the Titans if there's any negative in the first half.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt. And really, that was kind of like my thought going into halftime. I thought, okay, really Gibson Southern and the defensive line has been getting, really manhandled out there so far. I mean, according to the 83 passing yards in the first half, and Gibson Southern on the other side can't really get their running game going, but they have the passing side to rely on. So, I mean, really, you just kind of look at the stats and be like, okay, obviously, their halftime adjustments we have to be flying to the football, I guess, more on the defensive side of the ball. As far as running against Columbus North goes, you know, I think that they just have to just be more efficient at passing or run blocking up front. Like I said, I think it's just a tale between the two offensive line and defensive lines for Gibson Southern. I think the offensive line just has to block just a little bit better. I think even overall, because there is, you know, a lot of time where Brady Allen was running around a lot on passing plays. So I think overall the Titans O-line just has to step it up just a little bit, and the Titans defensive line just has to get there on the running plays.
A couple of touchdown passes from Brady Allen to Rory Helter. Then he had one more there late in that second quarter to Caden Hurlis. That was a 23-yard score. And then a 20-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Luke Himmons to Cooper Horn for Columbus North. Put the Bulldogs on the board at 21-7 here at the half. Once again, this is the Edward Jones Financial Representative Jason Rainey halftime show with the Titans a 14-point lead over Columbus. Let's talk about the defensive side. Kind of that defense made some big plays there early on in the half. The interception by Brady Malone, a fumble, 3 and out. But the Bulldogs kind of got their feet below them, got a touchdown on the board, but still a big hill to climb for Columbus North.
And I think Columbus North is going to be really ready coming out of this halftime. You know, I think that score right before halftime really boosted their confidence, you know, to say, hey, we're not getting shut out tonight. We're still here to play. And also on Gibson Southern side is that you can't ease up. This is a 6A team that, you know, that for Columbus North, they're going to play some even more tough competition down the line. So, you know, for Gibson Southern, you can't ease up. And, you know, you can't ease up now in week 1, and you can't ease up, you know, at potentially, or, you know, hopefully state level or semi-state level. So, you know, you just have to keep playing, keep finishing, and just keep playing Gibson Southern football.
Up at the Titans being the number 3 team in the IHS AA 3A poll, the number 4 in the AP poll. But, you know, Columbus North unranked in 6A, but I'll tell you what, anytime you play a 6A team or even a 5A or 4A team, you're playing a school that's bigger than you, you definitely can't overlook them despite them being unranked. And I think Columbus North has shown that they've got that kind of 6A power to them a little bit tonight.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm just looking at their quarterback alone, Luke Hammonds. He's a phenomenal athlete. I mean, he threw a laser at the touchdown for the Bulldogs, but also he has made some shifty plays on the ground as well. So, like I said, in any defense, it's so tough to stop a dual threat quarterback. And in years past, I know Gibson Southern really has had to buckle down on dual threat quarterbacks. You know, I look at you know, the Heritage Hills quarterback. You know, my senior year, I can't remember his name on the top of my head, but I remember him, and then I remember
Cutler.
But, you know, I remember him, and then I remember a couple years ago, my sophomore year, I believe it was Graham Poole for Vincent. He was a shifty, you know, kind of quarterback, you know, athlete type deal. So, you know, like I said, in years past, this has been kind of a nightmare for Gibson Southern, but so far, they've really, I think, so fairly well.
We'll get to some of the things we're going to mention in the pregame show, but as we mentioned, we had some technical issues so far. The pack schedule tonight, a couple of cancellations, unfortunately, and that's one thing, Kyler, I hope doesn't affect a lot of teams in the area is COVID-related issues, and it happened to a couple of teams last year, including, I know Mount Vernon off the top of my head, had a couple of COVID issues, so hoping that, you know, this year all the teams can stay safe and play a full season. But Washington was supposed to be on the road at West Vigo. That was canceled due to Washington having COVID issues. Princeton is at Forest Park. Mount Vernon is at Heritage Hills. And Boonville was supposed to play at Paoli, but Paoli had some COVID issues. And then in the small school side of the pack, Southridge is at Lincoln Stockton. I'm going to assign you, Kyler, try to find some scores. Do your little snooping you just did, try to find some halftime scores.
I will certainly do my best to get on that.
Because right now, Gibson Southern is leading over Columbus North 21-7. And we'll go ahead and step aside for our first halftime break of the Edward Jones Financial Representative Jason Rainey halftime show. It's Titan football here on 89-1 The Bash.
Jason Rainey, your Hopstad, Indiana, Edward Jones Financial Advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Gibson Southern Titans on 89-1 The Bash. We're located at the corner of Vine and Hop Streets in Hopstad, or can be contacted at 812-615-5075 or by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Hello, sports fans. At United Fidelity Bank, we make it easy to bank with us. Our in-person friendly service provides peace of mind and worry-free banking. We offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles and provide you the ability to bank anytime with our easy-to-use online banking platform. Our mobile app allows you access to your account on the go, and you can skip the trip to the bank with our mobile deposit. Plus, our business banking products are tailored to help your business grow. We invite you to come see the difference at United Fidelity Bank.
If you've ever considered a career in broadcasting or digital media, now is the time to be a warrior. Enroll at Wabash Valley College. Our TV channel was named the nation's best in 2020, and you already know 89.1 The Bash is the best alternative rock station in the region. We offer more real-world hands-on experience while working with the latest equipment and technology. Our graduates are getting jobs or moving on to four-year universities. It's time to be a warrior. Call 618-262-8641 today.
Halftime here at Jack Jewell Memorial Field, the campus of Gibson Southern High School. Cole Carter and Connor Gannon as the Titans lead Columbus North 21-6 here at halftime. A pretty impressive first half on both sides of the ball for Gibson Southern. Hiccups here and there, but it is week one. We've had our own hiccups here in the press box, some issues, but we've worked through them. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a good one so far and lots of football left here in this one. Connor, you got some halftime scores for us from around the area?
I do. We will jump. Let me see here. Look. So I have Southridge 13 up against Linton, 13-0. Southridge over Linton at half. Mount Vernon 10, Heritage Hills 0, and that's in the second quarter. At half, Forest Park leads Princeton 13-6 at half. Kind of a little bit of a dandy right there. And like I said, Gibson Southern obviously up 21-7 over Columbus North at half. I'll leave it SIEC. Memorial up 13. It's up. They're up 13-7 over Jasper.
Okay.
And then in the second quarter, Tell City, the second quarter, 21, Perry Central 0 in the second quarter. Wrights and Harrison are scoreless after one.
Really?
As well, wow. Yes. As well. And then I also have in the first quarter, North Posey 7 over South Spencer 0.
So a couple of eyebrow-raising scores there, and one that kind of raised an eyebrow to me was it Mount Vernon 10-0 over Heritage Hills. And we talked about earlier this afternoon that Heritage Hills was just out of the top 10 in the IHSAA Bowl in terms of the 3A top 10, and that was kind of surprising. But, Mount Vernon was a top 10 team in 2A, I do believe. So, a lot of competition in this PAC conference. The standings for last year, of course, are shortened. A bit of a different schedule. All the teams just playing 4 games. Gibson Southern went 4-0. Greenville was 3-1. Mount Vernon also was 3-1. Heritage Hills went 2-3. Washington went 2-4. And Princeton went 0-4 last year in the Conkin Athletic Conference. So, Kyler, I know that you know these teams pretty well, but let's assume Gibson Southern is far away the top team of the conference. Who do you put really in a tough second place in this pack?
I would look at, and this is for big school, correct? Because whenever I played, it was just one BC straight up. School, yeah. So, bear with me. But I would say, I'm going to go to Lip. I'm saying Mount Vernon. Yeah. Because last year, like I said, they were not a bad team last year at all. They're actually an up-and-coming team, and I would assume, I don't know about Mount Vernon that well, but, I'd assume that they would stay at that pace. And I'm not sure if they had a senior-led team last year or not, like I said, but just looking at it, I think Heritage Hills has been kind of trying to get back to that state championship team. That's hurts me to say, but I think that Heritage Hills is still trying to get back to that state championship team as they were in 2020. And so, I'll give it to Mount Vernon. I really do. I'll give it to Mount Vernon. I'll give it to, in the small school division, I'll give it to Southridge. Taking the division.
Southridge, number 8 team in 3A. Of course, they beat Gibson Southern twice last year, and in the playoffs, the sectional semifinals. So, Gibson Southern will play Southridge. That's going to be week week 5. Gibson Southern plays at home versus Southridge. Number 8 team in the state in 3A. Southridge, Gibson Southern, I'm sure they're ready for that rematch. But, talk about Mount Vernon, Kyler. If you go back to last year, Mount Vernon had a COVID issue in the middle of the season. Well, actually, towards the end of the season, a 2-week break. Actually, they missed the game against Gibson Southern. That would have been the top 2 teams in the conference squaring off, but the Wildcats, unfortunately, couldn't play due to COVID issues. Gibson Southern eventually, went 4-0 in the conference without playing Mount Vernon, but it goes back to the point where hopefully all the schools this year have no quarantine breaks and can play all 9 regular season games.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt, and unfortunately, I don't think COVID is just going to just magically go away anytime soon.
You're right.
So, unfortunately, that's just like what we're dealt with. That's just the adversity that you just have to keep fighting through. And so, and it's really unfortunate that last year we didn't have to see Mount Vernon and Gibson Southern play, because I know Gibson Southern and Boonville was a dandy, and my word, I would have loved to have seen Gibson Southern and Mount Vernon play. So that's why, that's just like what I said. I think that Mount Vernon really can make a strong push for second. And, like I said, I give Gibson Southern probably the top spot in the big school division. Not biased, but just looking at the fact, going off of, just rankings and everything like that, I'll give Gibson Southern that top spot, but right under that, I'll give Mount Vernon that second spot right there.
Once again, halftime score, Gibson Southern 21-7 here at the break, week 1 of the 2021 season. We'll take our last break of the Jason Rainey Financial Advisor Edward Jones halftime show. We'll have the third quarter coming up. It's Titan football here at 89 on the Bash.
Provided by Wabash General Hospital. Whether you're a competitive athlete or you just want to enjoy a stroll around the neighborhood, the WGH Orthopedic and Sports Medicine team is ready to help you get back to moving through life with greater comfort and ease. WGH offers comprehensive orthopedic services from the time of injury or diagnosis throughout the treatment and rehabilitation process. If you're suffering from an orthopedic problem, no matter how minor or significant, the WGH board-certified experts can be reached at 618-263-6400.
Do you know what it takes to be a warrior? You have to be hardworking. Make sure you're giving your best every day.
You have to lead. Guide others to the path of success.
You have to be brave. Be able to stand up for what you believe in.
At Wabash Valley College, we're able to bring the best out of you, even if you don't have these skills. It's time to be a warrior.
I'm a warrior.
I am a warrior.
I am a warrior.
I'm a warrior. Are you? Call Wabash Valley at 618-262-8641.
Halftime here at Jack Joel Memorial Field. Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 21-7 at the break. Cole Carter and Tyler Gimmon. There's a couple of touchdown passes, 3 touchdown passes actually from Brady Allen. 2 of those went to Rory Elsley. 1 of them went to Caden Hurlitz, with 3 touchdowns on the board for Gibson Southern. A late touchdown pass there in the first half. Quarterback Luke Hammond's 2 receiver Cooper Horn gives us the score of 21-7. And Kyler will put the pressure on a little bit. Half keys the game here for Gibson Southern. What do you got?
I think, first of all, I think both of the offensive and defensive line have to play just a little bit better. I think offensive side, I saw Bray Allen roll out of the pocket, I think a little too much, more than really what you would like.
Yeah.
On the passing side, and then also on the defensive side, for the defensive line, I think that they just have to just fly to the running backs and fly to Luke Hammond just a little bit better. I think they have been absolutely phenomenal whenever the ball gets into the air. Minus the touchdown grab, that was just phenomenal touchdown grab, really. But I think, they've done a phenomenal job in the passing defense, but I think the running defense has to be just a little bit better, fill up those gaps, fill up those holes, and fly to the football.
Easier said than done in terms of trying to get to Luke Hammond. He's been very elusive. He's done all right through the air, but man, he's one of the best mobile quarterbacks I've seen in high school in quite some time. How about Brady Allen? He's shown some legs as well. Got a couple of big first down runs.
The one
with his legs.
The one that really sticks out to me though is, the one along the sideline right here. I think it was like a third and maybe a 7, third and 8 around there. And he just put his shoulder down and just fought his way for that first down. That's just the heart and soul that you want, and especially as a senior, that's just the heart and soul that you want as a quarterback of your football team. And that's why he's a Purdue Boilermaker for a reason.
I think if you're Columbus North, you have to look at it. If you can get stops, you can get back in the ballgame, because the offense had some bright spots in that first half, despite the fumble, despite the interception. They got the touchdown there at the end. So I think if you're Columbus North, if you can get some stops and get the ball back into your offense's hands with a minimum 15 right now, you can go from there and try to get back in this football game. So we're about ready for the third quarter to start. Gibson Southern will get the ball to start things off here in the second half. They'll be going left to right here in the third quarter. Second time they've received a kick tonight. Let's see who they got deep. That's Braden Malone. Tyler, help me out. Who's that far right returner? It looks like that might be
Drew Foster, maybe?
Drew Foster. Like a number 8, possibly.
Look at this little kick formation.
A little bit of a fake kick for Columbus North.
That was interesting.
Not sure if I've ever seen that, but then they go back into their regular formation. We'll see if Cooper Horn goes with a quick kick or a long kick, and he does kick it deep. It's going to be Malone with him the kick back front. He gets to the 4-yard line. Near sideline is Brady Malone, and he gets hit hard just across the 20 at the Titans' 24-yard line. That was number 14, Tyler Blythe, that made the tackle for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 for Gibson Southern from about their own 23-yard line. What about you out there playing defense, Tyler?
Oh, that one would wish that I was out there right now playing defense.
So 1st and 10 for Gibson Southern. They go back with 3 receivers to the left of Brady Allen and 1 to the right. Sean DeLong behind Brady in the shotgun, the sophomore running back who's had a hard time finding some free room tonight. And he gets a fake handoff here. Brady runs to his left, looking for the sideline, and breaks a couple of tackles and gets out of bounds, just shy of the 30. Had a 6-yard pickup there for Brady Allen, but there is a flag down at about the 25 of the Titans. We'll see what that flag is, and that's going to be a hold against Gibson Southern. Second hold call against the Titans tonight, and the first one, if you recall, Kyler, that was back when they had the football inside the 5. And they had to go back 10 yards because of a holding call. They ended up scoring on that drive, but I believe it was a 4th and 20 in which they scored. Obviously, you want to keep those holding calls to a minimum.
Well, and whenever you start, at first and 15, 1st and 20, that really just puts a lot on the quarterback and on the running backs. So, like I said, it's just some, especially for the O-line and D-line, I will give them the benefit of the doubt that they've been playing against their own scout guys this whole time, so they really haven't had a lot of first-time competition.
Allen back to pass here on 1st down. There's a long ball near sideline. Nice adjustment, and it's incomplete. That was Cole McKee, who couldn't hang on. He made a great adjustment on a long pass from Brady Allen. Number 22 on the coverage there for Columbus North. That was Connor Essick. And 2nd down. A great throw by Allen. Man, that's one that McKee's got to bring in.
And Cole McKee, he is a junior. So, like I said, I believe first year playing varsity football. So those, like I said, and I'm really saying it's really early, but it is. It is week 1. You would rather make these mistakes now than later on in the year.
Just 6 catches last year for McKee at varsity level. Here's Sean DeLong on the toss, and DeLong's going to get his longest run of the night up to the 20-yard line. And that's going to put the football at near the regular line of scrimmage for Gibson Southern. Got a 6-yard pickup there. Going to bring a 3rd down and call it 14 here for the Titans. Definitely not 4-down territory here. And it's a big play for Columbus North, Kyler.
Yes, Southern has converted 3rd downs longer than this one in this game.
Allen back to pass, looks left, throws left, near sideline, and making the adjustment, and the catch is Caden Hurlis out of bounds in midfield. The Titans do it again. 1st and 10, Gibson Southern.
That was a phenomenal catch by Caden Hurlis, but my oh my, that was a beautiful ball by Brady Allen. Perfect spot. Right basket for Caden Hurlis. 1st down, Titans.
Titans move the football here, and being stuck in their own territory after a holding call. They get the long pass play from Allen to Hurlis. 1st and 10, ball at the 49 of Gibson Southern. Shotgun, 3 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Looks to pass, steps up and now rolls to his left. Throws one down the field looking for Helsley, but it's out of bounds. Just threw it away. 2nd down. That's 3rd or 4th time tonight that Brady has had to just throw it out of bounds because the pressure's been in his face.
I would give Brady Allen a lot of credit here as well, and I've been giving him a ton of credit tonight because I think he certainly does deserve it. But the only mishap that he's really had is that he about lost that fumble early on in the game. But ever since then, he has played turnover-free football. He's gotten rid of the ball when he needs to. He has thrown it away when he needs to. He hasn't tried to really force any. He really hasn't tried to force anything. So phenomenal game so far by Brady Allen.
2nd down and 10. Allen back to pass. He's going to roll to his left once again. Throws one to the sideline. And the catch is made by Sean DeLong on the sideline.
Wow.
At the Columbus North 29-yard line, another Titan 1st down. I mean, how do you defend that?
You can't. That's the only thing. Wow. I'm speechless. Yeah. That is just a play where you really can't say a whole lot about that. That is just Brady Allen, Purdue commit.
And a perfect throw by Allen. He was rolling to his left and had to throw that ball around the defender. A great job by DeLong to make the catch, get his feet in bounds, and move the chains for Gibson Southern. This is the drive that started back after the penalty. They were back inside their own 10, but here they are now at the Columbus North, called the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Titans, trying to extend this 21-7 lead. 10:44 to play in this 3rd quarter. Allen, play fake, throws to his right, caught by McKee, and McKee will be drugged down about the 20. Columbus North. Gain of about 7 yards, brings up second down and short. McKee, he had that drop earlier in the drive, but makes a nice catch there, and nice run for the catch as well.
I'm so impressed by this Gibson Southern offense tonight. I am, wow, unbelievable.
The shotgun is Allen. Play fake. Thought about throwing, then just throws away. He didn't know what he wanted to do there. And just spears one to the sideline. Brings up third down and about 3, a long 3 here for the Titans offense. Ball at the 23-yard line of Columbus North.
And that looks like a miscommunication.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. But it really worked out in Brady's favor.
Yeah.
Because it really just allowed Brady just to throw the ball out. And so, just like I said, Brady has made some smart throws tonight.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right of Brady. Allen shunned along behind him in backfield. Third down 4. Snap gobbled by Allen, but he corrals it. Now steps up. He wants to take off. Puts on the jukes and gets the first down. What a play by Brady Allen. Made a man miss. Dove forward. He can do it with his arm. He can do it with his legs. First and 10 Titans.
Brady Allen said, "Give me those ankles, young fella. I'm getting this first down." But no. What? I mean, look at it. I mean, Brady Allen really is doing it kind of by himself here. Whenever the pocket is collapsing, he is stepping up, putting his head down, and getting these first downs. Wow, that is your senior quarterback.
And how about the ability to improvise there? He bobbled the snap. Not sure if he wasn't expecting it, but he corralled it and got that first down run. Now he's going to throw here on first and 10. Throws to the end zone, incomplete. That was nearly intercepted. Number 23 for Columbus North. That was Alex Navarez, who easily could have had an interception, but he went for the deflection instead of the pick. That would have been a big play for Columbus North.
Just like I said, I've been praising Brady Allen this whole time, but like I said, that was probably, I would assume, it could be completely wrong. I'm sure with me, Brady might, but I think that might have been his worst throw all night. Like I said, that's probably the first throw that I saw that he's forced. But like I said, you get those growing pains out of the way early on.
Second down and 10. Allen looking left, throwing left corner of the end zone, just over the head of Caden Hurlis, who is running a corner route to that far left corner. And again, a third down coming up for the Titans offense, probably 4-down territory here. And with that being said, Kyler, you don't need all 10 here on this third down. Want to get about 6 or 7 to make it a fourth manageable.
And even if they don't get this, I would be kind of shocked if Coach does not go for this here.
I'm sure he would. And he's got the kicker, Chris Spears, who's hit 3 extra points tonight. Third down and 10. Allen trying to get the Bulldogs to go offside. Now gets the audible from the sideline. Play clock down to 5. Allen in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looks left. Throws left. End zone. Helpfully with the catch. Breaks the tackle. Dives. The ball comes out. And they say Columbus North has the football. What's the ruling? The officials will meet near the goal line. Still waiting. The Bulldogs think they have it. The Bulldogs think they have it. Columbus North football. Wow. The Bulldogs catch a huge break. Reminiscent of Rashard Higgins for the Cleveland Browns. Reaching for the end zone, fumbling the football at the half-yard line, and Columbus North recovers. Wow, Helpsley that close to his third touchdown tonight. And you see he actually comes up wobbling near the Gibson Southern sideline. Oh, what a huge break for the Bulldogs. And a tough one for the Titans.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Bulldogs needed.
Coach Hart is letting the official have it.
It was a bang-bang play.
It was a bang-bang play, but, to be honest, Cole, I couldn't really tell.
Couldn't tell the ball was
I couldn't tell from
where he reached for the end zone.
I mean, that was so close. I mean, as soon as he reached for that football, that ball came out. And
the snap is over the head of Hammonds. 2 points for Gibson Southern. It's a safety. Well, you don't get 6, but you'll take 2.
What a turn of events, Cole. Wow.
Whatever you got to do to get points. There's an injured Titan on the field, and that looks like a cramp.
Cole, what just happened? What just happened? I'm confused.
Well, those of you just joining, it was a quick slant from Brady Allen to Rory Helpsley. He dove for the end zone, fumbled the football, and it was recovered by the Bulldogs of Columbus North. The ball fairly outside the end zone. And the first play, the Bulldogs run, a snap over the head of quarterback Hammonds for a safety. Now makes the score 23-7. So missing momentum. All on the side of Gibson Southern. Then it goes over to Columbus North, and within 3 plays, it's back over to Gibson Southern. 9:24 to go here in the third quarter.
Welcome to football season, Cole. Buckle your seatbelt.
Oh, I've missed it. Who doesn't love this?
My word. I'm still trying to process what just happened. I want to back to the Rory Helsley play real quick.
Yeah, we haven't had time to digest what happened there.
When I was talking about that, you got excited, and the next thing I know, the ball's in the end zone. My word. Okay. Helsley, real quick. From what I could tell, and I may look around and see, somebody has a video of it on Twitter or wherever, but I'd like to see how close to the play that was.
Yes.
Because from us, as soon as he reached out for that end zone, loved the effort, reached out, and as soon as he reached out, it was fumbled.
And it's one of those plays where it was just bang, bang, and the official, bless his heart, just basically had to go with his gut. If he calls it a touchdown, it's a touchdown. If it literally could have been either way. And with the big in high school, there's no instant replay. Is that Braden Malone down there getting stretched down in the Titan end zone?
Yeah, it looks like crank.
Yeah, he's getting his leg stretched down by the Titans coaching staff. We talked about it. It's a hot one. Sweat's still here at the press box, and if you don't get hydrated, you're going to have those cramps, especially here early in the year.
Like I said, Cole, I was still trying to dissect the Rory Helsley play. You got excited, and next thing I know, it's a safety. So,
and here's the thing. That was a shorter shotgun snap than what the Bulldogs have been doing due to the fact the ball's at the half-yard line. Hammonds couldn't step back, was it on like 5 yards, you're behind your center. That was more of a 3-yard, hike for him, and the ball went right over his head. He had no chance, only 5'9". If he was about 6'4", it'd be right to him, but a tough break for the Bulldogs and a huge break for the Titans. So when they could have got 6 on the Helsley fumble, they ended up getting 2 because of the defense, and they're still stretching out Braden Malone there in the Titan end zone, so we'll step aside with Gibson Southern leading 23-7. It's Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
This broadcast of Gibson Southern Titan football on 89.1 The Bash is underwritten by Pro Rehab.
Did you know you can refer yourself to Pro Rehab? It's called Direct Access. You no longer need to call your provider for a referral. Now the first step is up to you. If you have pain or an injury, call them. Direct Access means Pro Rehab is just a phone call away.
Pro Rehab is a proud underwriting sponsor of Gibson Southern Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
23-7, Gibson Southern leads over Columbus North. 9:24 to play here in the third quarter. It's been a long first 2.5 minutes of this third quarter. Cole Carter and Kyler Gammon, what looked like a Gibson Southern touchdown turns into a fumble, and that turns into a Columbus North safety. It's a score of 23-7. It was 21-7. Titans led at the break, but now the Titans move the football right back in. And if you're Columbus North, Kyler, you just kind of got to feel like you just got punched in the gut. Lots of football left. 9:24 to play, but you worked so hard to get that fumble. You really got lucky on the fumble by Helsley, and then you get the football right back to the Titans.
I'm just trying to process what just happened.
And the safety kick is going to be returned here by the Titans near sideline. You can tell where it was returning. That was number 12 for Gibson Southern. It's going to be Mason Scheller who returns the kick. Up to the Columbus North, I think I say 47-yard line. The first and 10 for the Titans. So for Gibson Southern, now you're trying to extend this lead even more. Still a 2-score game at 23-7. This is a big possession here because if you go up 3 scores in the third quarter, you're really making things tough on Columbus North.
I'd say, I'm not a betting man, but if I had to bet, I'd say Brady Allen would try to hit Rory Helsley here on this drive. Get him a little bit of redemption.
And I guarantee kind of that Rory was telling the Allen there in the last couple of minutes, give me the football. Let me have another chance, because I'm sure he's killed himself that fumble in the end. We'll see here offensively.
And I bet you he is, but at the same time, knowing him, I bet you he has to say 2 things. Number 1 is, I gave it my best effort on that play, or, okay, well, that's over, let's bounce back, and so, like I said, he gave his absolute effort on that, max effort on that play, reached out, and it was just unfortunate events, but really turned out in their favor.
First and 10 with the Titans, pressure in the face of Allen, he just slings that near the sideline, and don't see a Titan receiver in the area. No flags on the play. Allen caught a break there. Or is there a flag down? There is not. They're going to continue with the play. Or I guess there was a receiver in the area. So 2nd down and 10, ball at the Columbus North 47-yard line. 2 receivers left for Allen, to his right. Got a running back to his right. That's Adrian Lukman. Allen wants to throw once again. Pressure from both sides. Now rolling out to his left. Throws one to the sideline and go up and try and make the catch as it falls incomplete. That was Hayden Curlis. As Kyler just pointed out to me that Sean DeLong limped off the field after that last play. We still see Brady Malone on the Titan bench getting worked on. He cramped up on the last possession, but DeLong, possible ankle injury, he's looking that out as well on the Titan sideline. So a couple of big players with some minor injuries, at least we hope right now for the Titans. 3rd down and 10 for Columbus North defensively. In the shotgun is Allen. Tries to get the Bulldogs to go offside once again, gets the audible. Back in the shotgun. Looking right, throwing right, and the catch is made by McKee, but he maybe got about 4 or 5 yards there, if that. And it's going to bring it 4th down, and if you're Gibson Southern, what do you do here?
I think you try to get 1st down. I think you've been perfect, right, all night on 4th downs.
They're going to punt.
Hey, I'm not the coach.
Yeah. And that's a tough decision.
Yeah, exactly.
Because now, if you can get a good punt, which that's going to be
pin them down the 1 or the 5, maybe.
Yeah, Hurlis, but if he can pin this one down inside the 5, then you're kind of right back to where your defense was, pressuring Columbus North deep in their own territory. Still a 2-score game, so that's a big stop for the Bulldogs. 23-7, 8.5 to play in this 3rd quarter. Here's the punt by Hurlis. It's a good one. Going to be fielded inside the 10 by the Bulldogs. And on the return is number 3, Jackson Scruggs, and Scruggs will run it across the 20. Broke a couple of tackles and taken down at the Bulldog 22-yard line. A 12-yard return there for Scruggs. So 1st and 10 for Columbus North. Their first full possession of this 3rd quarter, and Kyler, it's a big one. They can find the end zone, try to get back with the score.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think if you're Columbus North, you really can't discredit yourself out of the ball game yet. You're
still football.
Oh, exactly. We're still
about 20 minutes in game time left.
Yeah, we're still 8 minutes in this 3rd quarter, and they saw chances.
Hammonds hands it off up the middle and run the football there. I believe that was in the 13, Cooper Horn. Ball carrier. Got a couple of yards there to bring up 2nd down. About a 7-yard pickup there. 2nd and 3. Bulldogs right back to the line of scrimmage. The shotgun is Hammonds. 2 receivers each side. That's Horn behind him in the backfield. Hammonds hands it off to Horn once again. Horn looking for some space and taken down across the Columbus North 30-yard line at the 34. That's a 1st down for the Bulldogs. That was actually Tyler Blythe, ball carrier there for Columbus North.
One thing to note is Brady Malone is back up there on the other side of the ball for the Titans.
It's a positive sign for Gibson Southern. Throwing here is Hammonds. Lots of time. Now steps up, trying to scramble away to the middle of the field, and then he's going to be taken down just shy of the Columbus North 40-yard line. About a 4-yard pickup there. A good job by Hammonds to improvise. Nowhere to go at first. Scramble. A nice run out of it. 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs. Two receivers left. 2 to the right for Luke Hammonds, the 5'9" senior quarterback for Columbus North. Hammonds takes the snap. Quick throw to the right side, making the catch is Castetter, and he is going to take it after the 40-yard line. A penalty flag flies in. That's going to be against Columbus North. Maybe a block in the back there. And that's not what you want if you're Columbus North, going in the wrong direction.
It looks like Columbus North's game plan is to just do like the short passes or short medium passes and just running the football. And so far that's been super. Like I said, other than that phenomenal touchdown reception from earlier, that was kind of a long ball. Columbus North has struggled a little bit on throwing the football deep.
Yeah.
So
we talked about that. They've been very conservative offensively. Going with those short passes, going with the running plays. Only have taken the top off the defense just a handful of times in this ball game. And one of them resulted in a touchdown. 23-7, Gibson Southern leads 6.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hammonds will throw a short one over the middle. Castetter with the catch and green grass in front. Castetter 1st down and more into Titan territory. Castetter across the 40, 35-30, and he's taken down at the Gibson Southern 30-yard line by Drew Foster. There's another Titan player down. That is number 5, Logan Maurer, and That was a cramp. He was cramping to that play.
And I was just going to say that. I think that may have been Logan's zone, maybe. And so whenever he saw that other guy in the flat kind of catch that ball, he was going to sprint over there, and he was sprinting. And as soon as he was sprinting,
he was almost mid-play.
He was already limping already, and he was trying to make the effort. But like I said, he's just it's just cramps early on. Hate to see it on the big play, but as a player, you're cramping mid-play.
Not much you can do about that.
You're kind of fighting against your body, and that's a little tough to do.
So a big play for Columbus North and an injury timeout on the field. So we'll step aside. It's Gibson Southern football here on 89-1 The Bench.
Support provided by Wabash General Hospital. Whether you're a competitive athlete or you just want to enjoy a stroll around the neighborhood, the WGH Orthopedic and Sports Medicine team is ready to help you get back to moving through life with greater comfort and ease. WGH offers comprehensive orthopedic services from the time of injury or diagnosis throughout the treatment and rehabilitation process. If you're suffering from an orthopedic problem, no matter how minor or significant, WGH board-certified experts can be reached at 618-263-6400.
First down and 2 North. Ball at the Gibson Southern 30-yard line. Hammonds, quarterback run once again after the big pass play. And Hammonds takes it up inside the Gibson Southern 25. So a quick summary of what's happened over the past couple of minutes. A big catch and run from quarterback Luke Hammonds to Keegan Castetter. Ran it inside the Titan 30. And Columbus North, if they can find the end zone here in a 2-point play, could put the Bulldogs right back in this ballgame. Second down and 4 from the Gibson Southern 24. Hammonds takes the snap, looks left, pressure up the middle, and he is going to get away from it somehow. Here goes Luke Hammonds, far sideline, inside the 15, and hit down inside the 10. First and goal for the Bulldogs. What a play by Luke Hammonds to break away from that sack.
And that was just like you said, that was a phenomenal play by Luke Hammonds. I thought he was down. I thought there's no way, and he somehow escapes it and makes about 10, 15-yard gain out of that? That was phenomenal. Wow.
Very Eli Manning-esque breaking out of that sack. Not the speed, of course, but able to break away from that sack. So first and goal for Columbus North from the 7-yard line. And a big play, really big couple of plays here for the Bulldogs trying to get back into this ball game. 23-7 the score, 5 minutes to go in the third. Hammond to pass, steps up once again. Penalty flag flies as Hammond gets into the end zone. But we'll see what the penalty flag is, assuming that's going to be against the Bulldogs.
It's coming back.
Yep.
And there's another player down.
They're down at about the 10-yard line. I'll tell you what, we've had a handful of cramps tonight. We've talked about it, Connor, as a player, I know my heyday seems like forever ago, but when you get these week 1 games, week 2 games, you're playing in the heat, the humidity, you're going to have cramps, and that's probably the 4th or 5th Titans player that's gone down with the cramps so far in this game.
Well, I just look at Gibson Southern's point of view, right? I've said it multiple times. Last week, they may play their starters, a couple, maybe 1 or 2 series, if that.
And that scrimmage last week at Central High School.
Yeah, and then also the week before that, the week before that, I think you're just practicing and all that. And so what I'm saying is that
you're not used to
this is a week 1 game, full game here. It's hot, and practices, they may last an hour to 2 hours, but this is a full game here. You're running around everywhere. You're giving it all you got. So, like I said, just benefit of the doubt. It's week 1. Hopefully they're not cramping when it's about 30 degrees outside.
Well, we've been playing for about an hour and 50 minutes, and a couple of these players haven't left the field tonight, and their body just isn't used to that. That's part of it. That's the growing pains of an early football season. Just trying to tell who that injured or cramping Titans player is walking off the field. Looks like number 41, Ethan Ziliak.
And I think even if then, I think a lot of the time, you go to school that day, you know what I mean? You're sitting in a classroom, for 6-7 hours, for the whole day, and then, you kind of do a little pregame, whatever, but, it's been a long day for him.
So sitting with Ziliak at that chart, Colin Martin will be the next guy in, but can't tell who's out there right now for Gibson Southern.
Could be Aiden Barrett as well.
First down and 10. Actually, after the penalty, it's first and goal from the 20 for Columbus North. So they got 4 plays to get 20 yards to get back into this ball game. 23-7. Gibson Southern leads under 5 to go here in the third quarter. And the shotgun is Hammonds. Takes the snap, quarterback run once again, goes to the far sideline, and a great tackle. I believe that was that Luttrell, or was that The number there on that tackle for Gibson Southern.
That is on the far side.
Number 50, I believe, made the tackle there.
Ty Whitledge, I believe.
You'd be right. Ty Whitledge.
Phenomenal play.
Tackle. Wrapping up Hammonds when that's been easier said than done. Tackling the Columbus North quarterback. He's been all over the place. That's a 2-yard loss there. So second down and goal from the 22-yard line. Actually, they called a 2-yard gain to the 18. Second and goal from the 18, 23-7, Titans lead here in the third. Hammond throws to the end zone. The catch is made just shy of the end zone at about the 4-yard line. That was Keegan Castetter. Brings up a manageable third and goal here for the Bulldogs and definitely four-down territory. A nice throw there by Hammond. I think Hammond has kind of found his groove at quarterback.
Those short, medium passes, he has really been at his best. The short, medium passes and the short runs. The short, really just runs in general has really been his groove, his kind of soft spot. These are two big downs right here for the Titans.
Third down and goal.
And for the Bulldogs.
From the Gibson Southern 5-yard line. Hammond back to pass. Pressure up the middle. Rolls to his right on the far sideline. Hammond lobs one. End zone. Touchdown Columbus North. Making the catch in the right corner of the end zone. Number 5, Damon Edwards. And the Bulldogs are a 2-point conversion away from making this a 1-score game.
And that perfectly designed play call for Columbus North. Quarterback Hammonds rolls out to his right, has that receiver in the corner, and that linebacker comes up to play the quarterback, and there's nobody in the corner, and that's just an easy little toss-up, just like what he did in the end zone. Columbus North, the Bulldogs are barking right back in this game.
That was a very similar play to the second touchdown pass that Allen had to Rory Helsley. Allen got to scramble, and there was nobody in the end zone except Rory Helsley. But 23-13. 3:25 to go here in the third quarter. A big 2-point play coming up for Columbus North. In the shotgun is Hammonds. Moves a man in motion. That's Blythe. Hammonds takes the snap. Looking to his right. Throws over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. A big stand by the Titans defense in the 2-point play. Keeps it a 10-point Gibson Southern lead in a 2-possession game. 23-13 with 3:25 left here in the third quarter. We'll step aside at Titan football here at 89-1 The Bash.
This broadcast of Gibson Southern Titan football on 89.1 The Bash is underwritten by Pro Rehab.
Did you know you can refer yourself to Pro Rehab? It's called Direct Access. You no longer need to call your provider for a referral. Now the first step is up to you. If you have pain or an injury, call them. Direct Access means Pro Rehab is just a phone call away.
Pro Rehab is a proud underwriting sponsor of Gibson Southern Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
Big thanks to Gordy Link back at the 89.1 The Bash studio. Big thanks to him making us sound so good here. Technical issues, but we're working through them. Appreciate your patience in that department. But Gibson Southern leads this one over Columbus North 23-13. Carter and Kyler Gambon here at Jack Jewell Memorial Field, Week 1. The 2021 season. Just a reminder, the Titans will be on the road next week at New Albany. We'll have that one for you. Not exactly sure on the kickoff there, of course, with them being in Eastern time. But stay tuned to the 89.1 The Bash Facebook page as well as whatever your local source is for Gibson Southern. Try to find a kickoff time for that. But we'll bring you the pregame show about 15 minutes early, regarding some possible technical issues. And hopefully we have this fixed out by next Friday.
I hope not.
Okay, just happy to be on the air.
I know.
It's football season.
It is football season.
We almost got this taken away from us last year. If you're over in Illinois, got taken away from you in the fall, but just happy to have football season back.
Have football in Indiana the first week. The next week, Week 1 for Illinois starts up. Football is back.
It's back, baby. NFL starts here next week, next month actually, college as well. 10-point Gibson Southern lead, 3:25 to go here in the third quarter, and the kickoff is away off the foot of Columbus North's Cooper Horn. They're on the run back up the middle of the field for the Titans. I believe that was Logan Maurer on the return. And so, the 1st and 10, actually, correction, that was number 6, Michael Herring on the return for the Titans. 1st and 10 for Gibson Southern.
It's going to be really interesting to see how the Gibson Southern offense bounces back. I mean, they can make it, just like I said, they can make a play, a big play happen in a matter like that. It's just, it all starts at the O-line. I remember Coach was preaching that to us. The O-line.
Allen back to pass. Has pressure, and he rolls out to his right. Allen will just sling one to the Gibson Southern sideline. Incomplete, second down. Tyler, this Columbus North defensive front has done a really good job of getting pressure to Brady Allen. And that's probably the fourth or fifth time that Brady has had to throw one out of bounds because too much pressure.
Oh, yeah, and he's been running around all day. Brady's been running around a lot, and really, I've seen Brady Allen make more plays on his feet than I have probably all last season, just tonight.
Second down and 10, ball at the Gibson Southern 20. Allen back to pass, throws to the left side. Catch is made by Helsley. He's been quiet here in the third quarter, and Helsley out of bounds up to the Titan 40-yard line. That's a 1st and 10 for Gibson Southern.
Who else? Holland to Helsley. I mean, that's just, you might as well just buckle your seatbelt and just get used to it. I mean, for the rest of the year. I mean, that's just going to be just a connection all year long.
Well, this is a warning to teams that Gibson Southern will play later this year. You got to wonder if what kind of strategies we'll see against Rory Helsley. Maybe some double teams as the year goes on.
But like I said, if you double team Rory, then there's a lot of playmakers. There's a lot of playmakers on this football team, and that's the beauty of it.
1st and 10 from the Titan 40-yard line. A little bit of a run here for Brady Allen, and he slides down just shy of midfield at about the 49-yard line. Got a 9-yard pickup there, 2nd down and short coming up.
You know, if you're in Brady's shoes, right, obviously you have committed to Purdue to further your education. And so he's been running the ball a lot more. And it's week 1, mind you. It is week 1. And I thought Coach Hart may really not him wanting to run the ball a whole lot.
And Brady's probably just doing it, because
Brady's a playmaker.
Yeah, you're right.
He wants to make plays. He wants to win, and he's a winner. So we shall see what happens.
I'm sure every time that Brady Allen take off, he holds his breath for a little bit and hopes that nothing serious happened. And like we said, whether it's Brady Allen or anybody on the visiting team, you never want to see throughout this season whatsoever. I'm hoping that both teams are able to stay healthy throughout this 9+ game schedule. 2:49 to go here in the third quarter. There was a Columbus North player that surprisingly cramped up. We've seen a handful of those tonight, but we resumed play with it being 2nd down and 2, they call it, from about the 48.5-yard line for Gibson Southern. 23-13. Titans lead, 2:45 left here in the third quarter. Brady Allen in the shotgun. He's got Sean DeLong behind him, 2 receivers each side. Allen gets the call from the sideline.
Haven't seen a Sean DeLong handoff in a while.
Let's see what we got here. It's a pass for Allen. He's going to throw a slant over the middle, and it's dropped. Incomplete, looking for Isaac O'Neill. And on the coverage there for Columbus North was Alex Navarez. We got 3rd and short here for Gibson Southern, and an interesting play here. And it's interesting to see what the Titans want to do on this 3rd and short near midfield.
Isaac O'Neill, just a junior as well. Probably first time playing varsity. So like I said, just working at the Kings, first game of your varsity career.
Adrian Lukman is the running back here now on 3rd and short. Lukman gets the carry, and Lukman gets the first down into Columbus North territory. Move the chains, 1st and 10 Titans.
I had said it earlier in the afternoon, I wouldn't have been shocked if they use Sean DeLong and Adrian Lukman, kind of get Sean DeLong on the outside, well, you kind of get Lukman kind of pounding the rock inside, get you the first down, and that's the perfect scenario for him right there.
Yeah, and we've seen, as DeLong played receiver last year, obviously. We've seen DeLong kind of out wide making some catches tonight, and you wonder if throughout the year goes on, if you might see DeLong more of a receiver and Lukman more of the main back, but a long season that is. Lukman gets the carry once again out of the shotgun, and that carry not as successful. He'll lose a couple of yards, brings up 2nd down and 12. 1:45 and ticking left here in this third quarter. Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 23-13, week 1 here in 2021. Gibson Southern, the number 3 team in 3A, is the IHSAA poll. We're 4 team in the AP poll. 2nd down and 12. Allen to pass, throws left sideline, caught by Helsley. He goes backwards, makes a couple of jukes. Helsley makes a man miss. Inside the 30. Down to 35, lost the football, and it's going to go out of bounds. Helsley able to clear it. Nearly another turnover there for Gibson Southern, but a nice play by Helsley. He had about 5 white jerseys and miss them. And the football goes out of bounds at the Columbus North 21. A big side relief for the Titans. 1st and 10.
I love the move by Rory Helsley. I mean, he made white players look silly out there. The people in the white jerseys look silly out there. But like I said, just got to hold on to the football. You can't. With this close to the game, if you're driving, you cannot lose the football. Like I said, it's the only downside to it. But overall, phenomenal play by Rory Helsley.
Especially Helsley in the game. Here's a toss to Sean DeLong on the far side, and DeLong gets across the 20, about a 3-yard pickup there for the sophomore running back. As we are at the 1-minute mark here in the third quarter, 23-13. Gibson Southern leads, trying to extend that lead, and a touchdown and an extra point will make it a 3-score game as we near the fourth quarter. That really just shows how important that 2-point stop was for Gibson Southern a couple of minutes ago. 23-13 the score, down to 35 seconds now in the third quarter.
I can see them taking their time a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of watching the play clock run down.
Allen takes a snap, rolls out to his right, throws to his right, catch is made by McKee down to the 13-yard line. It'll be close to a first down, depends on where they mark him down at. They're going to say 3rd and a yard.
Probably just a quarter run out here.
Yeah, down to 10 seconds down this third quarter. So that will end the third quarter and take us to the fourth. With Gibson Southern leading Columbus North 23-13. The Titans trying to extend that lead on this possession. We'll step aside, going fourth quarter. We at Jackson Memorial Field. Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 23-13 here on 89.1 The Bench.
Providing support for Titan football from Ours Cafe and Catering of Fort Branch. At Ours, they offer exquisite food within a relaxing environment at 104 North Main. The ambience does not end there, though. They offer catering services, so your big event becomes an experience to remember with our outstanding staff and delicious food. The restaurant is on Tuesday and Wednesday from 10:30 to 2:30, Thursday and Friday from 10:30 to 9, Saturday from 4 to 9, and Sunday from 10 to 2. Ours Cafe and Catering, a proud supporter of the Gibson Southern Titans.
Support provided by Wabash General Hospital. Injuries and illnesses don't always happen from 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. That's why Wabash General Hospital offers a convenient care clinic from 6 to 9 p.m. weekdays and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. weekends, right inside the main lobby of the hospital. If you need non-urgent medical services for flu-like symptoms, minor cuts, and more, our skilled and compassionate providers are ready to help. For an appointment, the Wabash General Hospital Convenient Care Clinic can be reached at 618-262-8621. Walk-ins are welcome.
Big thanks to Gordy Limp back at the 89.1 The Bash studio. We know we've had some audio issues tonight, but we've worked through it. We appreciate your patience as Gibson Southern leads Columbus North 23-13 here to start the fourth quarter. Big possession here for the Titans and a big play on 3rd and 1 from the Columbus North 13-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Kyler, I see Lukman there in the ball game. Adrian Lukman, I can imagine he's going to get football here.
I would say without doubt.
He's been the short yardage guy tonight.
Sean DeLong could also get the rock here, but like I said, short yardage situations, I think, let's just be honest, Adrian Lukman is a little bit bigger than Sean DeLong, so give him the rock and pound it for the first down.
Off to Lukman. Lukman tries to go outside looking for that corner pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown, Gibson Southern!
We need Sean DeLong on the outside. We have Adrian Lukman splitting the two defenders. Soak it up, big fella. You probably scored the biggest touchdown of this whole ball game so far.
Makes it 29-13, and a big extra point coming up here for the Titans. It's going to be Chris Spear, the senior, and this will make it a 3-score game. But you're right, Lukman is a short yardage guy. Known to get the football and kind of plow forward that time. He goes, I'm going to go outside. Gets to the pylon and gets a touchdown. And a big extra point here by Spear. Spot down, the kick is up, that kick is good. Make it a 17-point Gibson Southern lead, 30-13 with 11:53 left to go here in this ball game. A big score there, a security score, because now if you go Columbus North, that mountain got a lot taller.
Oh, and I was just about to say, I think that score for Gibson Southern was so monumental in this ball game, because if you don't score right there, all the advantage, or all the momentum, is on the Bulldogs side. And I'm going to be honest, they have been killing Gibson Southern's defense on just pounding the rock. Getting 4, 5, 6, even 7 yards to carry at times, whether that be on a pass play or just a straight-up run play. So, I believe that Gibson Southern's defense can probably buckle down right here, and they really, really need to kind of maybe put this game away. Maybe. But that score by the offense was exactly what you needed if you're a Gibson Southern.
11:53 left to play the ball game, 30-13. Titans with the lead.
What a ball game, Cole.
Yeah, this has been everything we expected. I really think, barring here by Columbus North, I've seen crazier, but the Titans really showed everything and then some that we expected. Here's the kickoff from Rory Helpsley, and backing up and fielding the kick is Hostetter. Thought he might have fielded it out of the end zone, but they will touch back here, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Columbus North from their own 20-yard line. So if you are the Bulldogs, need to score in a hurry. I think we probably won't see those short yardage throws or those runs, they're trying to go down the field.
But here's the deal. I think Gibson Southern is so good, especially in their defensive backfield, that I think that they're so good at defending the pass that might be a little bit tough to do.
Yeah.
They wore the shirts to school for a reason.
Okay? To mention.
And you know what? They have proved it tonight. Other than, like I said, the one long ball is medium pass-ish touchdown, they have shown no fly zone tonight.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 20-yard line. Hammonds will throw. He's got time, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Pass catcher with an improved receiver. That was Peyton Rogers there on the coverage. Nice play by the senior. 2nd down.
Peyton Rogers literally saw that the whole way. He made a phenomenal break. I thought he may have gotten there a little too early. Got a little hesitant that they were going to throw the flag right there, but that was a good enough call. 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
2nd 10 from their own 20. 11:47 left play. 30-13. Gibson Southern leads this one over Columbus North. 6A Columbus North. Titans number 3 team in 3A. Hammonds in the shotgun. The receiver to his right, looks to his right, now steps up under the middle, and he is going to take off and spin down to about the 24-yard line. Brings up 3rd down, about 6 here for the Bulldogs.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong here, Cole, but I'm just looking at Hammonds this whole ball game and fumble yet, or he has caused the fumble yet.
No, he's done a really good job of protecting the football. Of course, he had that interception on the second, but with as much as he's run the football, he's
it's
done a
really
good job
impressive.
of hanging on to it, that's for sure.
It's really impressive.
3rd down and 6 for Columbus North. The shotgun is Hammonds. Takes the snap. Looking to his left, now throws a long ball on the far sideline. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. He was looking there for Cooper Horn, and Brandon Malone was on the coverage. Horn had a step, but Hammonds just flew to throw him, and here comes the punt team for Columbus North. Kind of surprised by that.
You are, but at the same time, you do have a whole quarter. Like I said, if you were to go for this and not get it, I think you are in a very, very, very bad spot for the Bulldogs, because obviously you're putting Gibson Southern in a close. I say close, but at least over half the midfield line for a score. So you're kind of standstill on what to do there.
Here's the punt by Horn, and Brandon Malone will just let that bounce. And it takes a Gibson Southern bounce down at the Titan 38-yard line. So we just saw Gibson Southern kill some clock on the last possession that resulted in the Adrian Lukman touchdown. And I can imagine it's going to be maybe some short passes, but a majority of some runs here in this possession for Gibson Southern trying to run that clock.
Oh, I think if you leave as much time left, I just worded that play wrong.
It's week 1, Tyler.
It is week 1. I think that if you leave a lot of time for the Bulldogs on this next possession, I think that, obviously you just want to put this game away, right? Yeah. I mean, obviously you forget the Southern, you could even put up a score, or you could even put up, maybe a field goal or maybe points, but obviously you just want to run out this clock and go home with a victory.
John DeLong here sideline, and DeLong gets pushed out of bounds. Well, that's one way to help Columbus North is get out of bounds. Of course, you want to stay inbound to keep that clock running. About a 2-yard pickup there for DeLong. Brings up 2nd down. They're going to call it a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9.
I'm really curious to see how this offensive line progresses throughout the year, because I think that this offensive line has the potential to be very, very good.
Yeah, a big group up front.
Exactly, but I think, like I said, it was the lack of inexperience, lack of playing time. I think you're playing a lot of the scout defense, especially the defensive line, which, not going to be mean, but the scout defensive line is not Columbus North defensive line.
Here's a toss to Sean DeLong, and he'll carry it up across the 45 of Gibson Southern on the right hash. DeLong taken down at, they're going to call it the 47-yard line. About a yard and a half shy of the first down marker, so a big 3rd and short coming up here for Gibson Southern. Here comes Adrian Lukman back in the ball game, short yardage guy.
Who else?
Ben Luttrell also in there, playing kind of a wing-back position.
Like a tight end-ish.
Yeah. Two receivers left here for Al, one to his right, and it's Lukman behind him in the backfield. 3rd and 3. Lukman gets the carry. Lukman gets the first down into Columbus North territory, and he drags a couple of defenders with him to the 46-yard line. Move the chains. 1st and 10 Titans.
This is exactly the drive that you want if you're Gibson Southern. Keep those chains moving.
Remind the fans, stay tuned after the game for the United Fidelity Bank postgame show here on the Bash. We'll thank our sponsors after this next play. Gibson 30-13. 9:50 left to play in this ball game. In the shotgun is Brady Allen. He With the play action pass, Allen throws one. Helsley wide open, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Gibson Southern. Helsley's third touchdown of the night, this one for 47 yards. And that might just be the nail in the coffin, ladies and gentlemen.
What a performance by Brady Allen and Roy Helsley tonight. Correct me if I'm wrong, is that about 4 or 5 touchdown passes for Brady Allen?
That would be 5? 4 or 5? 4. Mathematicians up here. 4 touchdowns for Brady Allen. 3 to Helsley and 1 to Caden Hurlis. And so the extra point coming up here for Chris Spear, the senior. He's 4 for 4 tonight, make it 5 for 5.
I'm going to be honest, this might be one of Brady Allen's biggest games of his career. I mean, one of his biggest, and him and Rory Helsley has outperformed their performance now, if that even makes sense.
Well, you talk about making a statement, and this is what, Coach Nick Hart said it, and Nick Hart show back on Tuesday, is when you can come in and play well against a 6A team, regardless of their ranking, a 6A team, and to play the way they played tonight, you can't help but have a good feeling about what
I'm going to be honest, I haven't seen Coach Hart run much, especially whenever I played, but I think he ran the whole length of the sideline right here after that huge play from Rory Helsley. He was fired up, giving the players handshakes, and that's just the type of coach he is.
I'll tell you what, everybody in the building was in the ball game thought he was going to get the carry, and I'm sure head coach Nick Hart wanted to throw a play action pass there, and it worked. Third touchdown of the night for Rory Helsley. Real quick, I want to thank our Gibson Southern sponsors. They are Wabash General Hospital, Edward Jones Financial Representative Jason Rainey, Pro Rehab, Ars Cafe and Catering, and thank you to all of our Gibson Southern sponsors here for the 2021 season. So Spear kicked this one off for the Titans. 9:34 to play. The ball game 37-13.
Dare I say, and I know Gibson Southern fans will know what I'm talking about whenever I say this. Dare I say
it's week 1, Kyler.
I know this is week 1. I know it. But this Brady Allen, Roy Helsley connection reminds me of a certain Memorial Lindauer to Branson or one of the Combs connections. I'll just say that. Gibson Southern fans will know what I'm talking about.
Kickoff return here for Columbus North. That was number 3 on the run back. Jackson Struts. Kickoff return, and he didn't get too far, taken down about the 12-yard line of the Bulldogs. And kind of what's crazy to me is really in the third quarter, a touchdown by the Bulldogs made it a 23-13 game. If they got the 2-point conversion, it would have been a 23-15 game, a one-score game, and here we are now, 37-13.
Well, how impressive is that a 3A school put up 37 points on the 6A defense? Yeah. I mean, how impressive really is that?
First and 10 for Hammonds and the Bulldogs. Hammonds rolls out to his right from the pressure. Penalty flag flies, and this will be a holding call against Columbus North, and Hammonds runs out of bounds at the Gibson Southern sideline. The Bulldogs going in the wrong direction here with that holding call there. We haven't had that many penalties tonight. A couple of holding calls here and there. The one pass interference that was called back, and really that's about all we've had. I guess you would call the illegal fair catch interference and that one kickoff, but other than that, these guys have played pretty close. So after that penalty, that puts the football back at the 5-yard line, 4-yard line, 5-yard line of Columbus North.
I'd watch the snaps here.
It was a fumble after that Helsley fumble at the 1 yard. With Hammonds in the shotgun now. Takes a snap, hands it off up the middle, and not much room to run there for the Bulldog ball carrier. Couldn't tell who that was, but a short gain. Right back to the line of scrimmage, second down. And 17 coming up here for Columbus North. 37-13.
I'm just looking at both sides of the ball, and I just can't get over the fact of two things. The Gibson Southern offense put up 37 points against a 6A school, and the Gibson Southern defense held a 6A school to 13 points.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that is mind-boggling to me, to be honest. That is crazy.
There's no question that Gibson Southern has made a statement here tonight in week 1. Timeout taken by Columbus North. We'll take one as well. Back in 30 seconds here on 89.1 The Bash.
Hey, high school students, for you. Wabash Valley is the place to go.
I'm listening.
We are among the most affordable colleges in the region, which puts more money in your pockets.
We all want money.
We offer all sorts of different degree opportunities, such as nursing, broadcasting, early childhood education, diesel mechanics, and much more.
This sounds too good to pass up.
Call and set up an appointment today at 618-262-8641.
I'd be stupid not to do it, right?
WVC?
8:35 left to go in this one. Gibson Southern leads it 37-13 over 6A Columbus North. Cole Carter and Kyler Gibbon with it's been a fun one, and hoping that this whole season is just as fun as this game. Football game right here on the Bash. Of course, disregarding a couple of technical difficulties that we've had tonight. Couldn't thank Gordy Limp more back at the studio, helping us through everything. So second down and 17 here for the Bulldogs. Hammond sitting in his own end zone. In the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to throw. He's got time, goes to the right side, and well over the head of his intended receiver, Cooper Horn. Brings up third down and long. 8.5 to play here in the ballgame.
I'm really interested to see the official stats of this one, individual and team, because man, oh man, I mean, it was kind of close there in the first half. I mean, Columbus North was right in there as far as stats go a little bit, and I think Gibson Southern really ran away with the second half.
There's no doubt the Titans have, Columbus North has had their chances and just a little bit unlucky. Quick throw come by Castetter, the receiver for Columbus North, and he got drugged down by the horse collar, but there's no laundry on the field. Bulldogs cannot believe that no call. That's going to bring up fourth down, and out comes the punt team.
Wow, punting. I understand, but I mean, it's only, you got about 8 minutes left in the ball game.
Well, I mean, when you're at your own 13-yard or 10-yard line, with 13 yards to go, you pretty much have no choice but to punt this football away. And it won't be easy because Horn, the punter, is standing in his own end zone. And Bray Malone is deep to return for Gibson Southern.
Doesn't look like a punt block either.
And Horn will boot this one away. Not a bad punt. And Malone calls for the fair catch at the 43-yard line of Columbus North. And I can imagine, Kyler, this is the last possession for the first team offense for Gibson Southern.
Cole, you say that, but I would be shocked if it's not. Just because of the fact of the amount of lack of reps that they had. Sure. I mean, I can see both sides, but, I could see Coach Hart saying, hey, play a full game. You know what I mean? Play a full game. I mean, you're going to need this for the rest of the year, At
the same time, though, you want to be cautious. Week 1, lots of season left. 37-13, Titans lead. 7:37 left here in the ball game. And off to Sean DeLong, going to the near sideline. Left side takes it up to the 41-yard line of Columbus North. Call it a 3-yard gain for DeLong.
We haven't said Sean DeLong's name a lot as far as making big plays while on the broadcast, but he has done his job tonight. Yeah. And he has done an exceptional job.
And what's another player cramp? Why not add that to the list? But, going back to Sean DeLong, that's going to come as the season goes. I mean, once again, you're playing a 6A team with a couple of big boys up front. This is a new offensive line. We're still trying to work on that chemistry. And we talked about those guys up front. Cade Version, he obviously didn't play for Gibson Southern last year. Zach Rose wasn't a starter. Jacob Bell's got some time. But these are 5 new guys that haven't really, 3 of the 5 are new and don't have that chemistry there. So as the season goes on and you're not playing these big 6A schools, Sean Long's going to have some more room to run.
When you say chemistry, and it kind of brings back to a conversation we had earlier in the day of, kind of like last year, with COVID and everything, you weren't 7-on-7s. You weren't traveling to these different camps and such. So, Brady kind of getting the chemistries with their receivers. That's pretty tough to do. There's even an article at one point where I think that they went to the Fort Branch, the school, the home of the Twigs. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but they even went there and tried to practice, and they got kicked out.
Allen with a quick pass here on the play action. The ball is caught by McKee, who is going to be drugged down across the 35-yard line of Columbus North. Close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and short, but you made a good point there, Kyler, and this is something the head coach Nick Hart touched on earlier this week is, the offseason this year was almost completely different than what you had last year because, of course, last year, even though COVID is still relevant, you still were able to do some 7-on-7s, camps and practice, at a full normalcy, as I guess you could say, this summer.
Yeah, and able to have team camps, and like I said, just somewhat quote unquote back to normalcy a little bit.
3rd and a yard. The Titans. Lukman gets the handoff and didn't get much momentum there. It's going to be close to a first down. We'll see where the officials mark him. A good job by the front 7 for Columbus North making the stop there.
So if this is a 4th down, do you punt? I mean, I would think you would.
You'd probably go ahead and go for it. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard, which is what they're going to rule. Nope, never mind. First down. It was
that may have been a generous spot, even personally, but at least it wasn't a game decision.
Once again, Titans will be on the road next Friday night against New Albany. Once again, stay tuned to figure out when the kick. Schedule says 6:30. Of course, there being an Eastern time over there, I would imagine that's a 6:30 Central Time start. On the air at 6:15, much like tonight. 6:22 to go in this ball game. 37-13, Gibson Southern leads. Sean DeLong the handoff. Nice run here by DeLong, but brought down quickly. He had some room to run. Couldn't break away.
I wonder if you see Columbus North start using the timeouts here, maybe even. I mean, because you know that they're going to run the ball, but it's week 1, just like what you said. It's a long season. You may just have to try to get a stop and move on. But I think it's the victory for Columbus North is looking very, very not very likely.
Yeah, and the bottom line is at this point, I think Columbus North maybe has accepted this one's not going to go in their favor. And I think at this point, you're just kind of looking for those moral victories to end in the right direction.
It's week 1.
Yeah, lots of season left.
They're letting the clock roll.
Yeah, they had a play clock miscommunication there. 5.5 to go in the ballgame. 37-13. Titans lead over Columbus North. Allen waiting for the play clock to tick down now with 9 seconds. Allen hands it off to DeLong up the middle. DeLong looking for some room. He's wrapped up for a short gain. Up to the 31-yard line of Columbus North. Brings up 3rd down, about 8.
There's one word to describe this ball game for me, Cole. That is wow.
Wow. I would say impressive. Yes. It's because, we
kind of go hand in hand.
We kind of had some question marks going into this game about what we were going to see tonight. We saw some predictions online where people thought that Columbus North was going to take care of Gibson 7, but it was almost the other way around. I think that Columbus North was a couple of plays here and there away from being in this ballgame, but the Titans made the plays when they needed to. They are with a big lead in the 4th quarter.
And like I said, this is so very impressive.
Allen with the flip, looking for Ben Luttrell on a play-action pass, and it falls incomplete. Luttrell getting some offensive snaps here.
But I will say, I did see some people pick the Titans to win. Shout out A12. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, just like what you said, this is, presumably, a impressive, looking to be victory for the Titans. 6A school, and you make a complete statement, putting a 37 on. That is, wow. You said impressive.
Well, at least 37. It's 4th down and 8. Allen going to pass here on 4th down. Throws one, end zone. Why not? Rory Elsley, his 4th touchdown of the night.
The connection cannot be stopped.
It's that easy.
They put up 40 on a 6A ball club. How about that?
Rory Elsley, his 4th touchdown of the night. Brady Allen, his 5th touchdown pass. 43-13 with the extra points you come here from Spear.
Have a night.
That's like automatic. Those two.
Seriously, ever since early on, that, Roy had the little drop in the red zone, he has been, I'm not sure if he dropped the pass yet. I'm not even kidding. I'm not sure he would have dropped the pass after. He may have dropped one ball the whole game.
Spear misses his first extra point of the night. 43-13. Gibson Southern in front with 4:26 to play here in the 4th. And this one is all but over. We'll step aside for a quick break. It's Titan football here on 89-1 The Bash.
Jason Rainey, your Hobstadt, Indiana, Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Gibson Southern Titans on 89-1 The Bash. We're located at the corner of Vine and Hop Streets in Hobstadt, or can be contacted at 812-615-5075 or by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Well, Brady Allen was All-State in 2020, and if things continue at this rate, he might have a teammate on that All-State list as well. 4 touchdowns from Brady Allen to Rory Helsley. Allen has another touchdown pass as well. He had one to Caden Hurlis in the first half. 43-13, Gibson Southern leads over Columbus North. Cole Carter and Kyler Gammon here on 89.1 WBJC FM, Mount Carmel, Illinois. Big thanks to Gordy Limp back at the studio. Here's the pooch kick, fielded in the third level. This is going to be Scruggs in the return for the Bulldogs. And a nice run of that by Scruggs. He's up across the 35 and drags a couple of Titans across the 45, and then finally taken out of bounds into Gibson Southern territory. So a nice return there by Scruggs.
Keep the legs moving, fella.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you're Columbus North and your head coach Tim Bless, that's what you want to see. Being down by 30 points and still having guys with that kind of effort this late in the ball game. That's some positive notes to take for their Week 2 game. Gibson Southern's Week 2 game, they'll be on the road at New Albany next Friday night.
I'd have to say the upcoming Nick Hart show is going to be very interesting. We may have a very happy Coach Hart. I know it's Week 1, I know, but you have to be happy with this performance.
Quarterback draw here for Luke Hammonds. Going to take it across the 40 now inside the 35, down to the Gibson 730. Nice run there by Luke Hammonds as we are at the 4-minute mark in this ball game. A 30-point Gibson Southern lead. Not sure if we'll chat with head coach Nick Hart after the game. I forgot to mention it to him earlier this week, but if not, hopefully it's something we can do later in the year. Obviously, COVID obviously is a question. I'm not sure if coach wants to take that risk, but something we'll chat with about later on in the year. 43-13, Titans with the lead. Here's a run up the middle for the Bulldogs. That was number 19, the ball carrier, Max Mormino. A couple of carries tonight, the junior.
I know that there was a lot of talk with Rory Helsley this offseason, and like I said, getting the offers from Air Force and everything. But, last year, we hadn't really seen a whole lot of it. And this year, first game, my oh my.
Really a breakout season last year for Rory Helsley, and I think he's going to top that in a hurry this year. As the quarterback run here for Hammonds takes it inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line of Gibson Southern. 3:12 to go in this ball game. No running clock yet. I believe it was at 35 points, possibly.
I can't.
Yeah, I feel like that changes every year. Am I right?
Oh, yeah.
33-13 the score. Gibson Southern with 3 minutes to go in this ball game. Columbus North trying to get one last second score in. Mormino, the ball carrier, he's got a lane and he's got a touchdown. Touchdown Columbus North. Number 19, Max Mormino. With 2:52 to go in the ball game. Now if you're Columbus North, you're kind of wondering where was that about 20 minutes ago. Well, I'll tell you what, Kyler, I've seen some crazier things happen. And I'll tell you what, after watching it, and Mount Carmel fans, close your ears. After watching Mount Carmel and Greenville about 8 years ago, you can never count a football game to be over.
You cannot. But this is under, we're pinned back to about almost 30 minutes, just under it, in this ball game.
Here's the extra point attempt by Cooper Horn. Spot is down, kick is up, and that kick is good. With 2:52 to go in the ball game, Gibson Southern leads 43-20. We'll step aside. It's Titan football here on 89.1 The Bash.
Hello, sports fans. At United Fidelity Bank, we make it easy to bank with us. Our in-person friendly service provides peace of mind and worry-free banking. We offer checking and savings accounts with no hoops and no hassles and provide you the ability to bank anytime with our easy-to-use online banking platform. Our mobile app allows you access to your accounts on the go, and you can skip the trip to the bank with our mobile deposit. Plus, our business banking products are tailored to help your business grow. We invite you to come see the difference at United Fidelity Bank.
2:52 left in this one. Gibson Southern leads Columbus 43-20. Cole Carter and Kyler Gammon with you. Week 1 of the 2021 season. We expect an onside kick coming up here from Columbus North.
Looks like the Gibson Southern has their hands team is what they call it.
And, Kyler, you can make all the jokes you want about this being a lopsided score, but, you let a team score, let them get an onside kick, you never know what's going to happen. This is as important as anything else for Gibson Southern to recover this kick, and then you can always start celebrating.
Knowing Coach Shura, he went out with the celebration until the clock hits 000. That's why this Sunday kick is very, very important.
So here's the attempt from Columbus North. They do that little fake kick again, and then they rear back. Titans hand team on the field. Horn is the kicker for Columbus North, and he's just going to kick it deep. Not even worried about the onside kick, and Braden Malone will watch it take a bounce, and he fields it and just goes out of bounds at the Gibson Southern 19-yard line. So a couple of running plays, and we'll hit the road, partner, with a long road trip next weekend. And then a couple weeks after that, an even longer road trip. The Titans will be down in Bowling Green, Kentucky at South Warren High School. We'll talk about their schedule here in just a bit. 43-20, Gibson Southern leads with 2:50 left to play in the ballgame. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Titans from their own 20-yard line. And they still have the first-team offense out there. You know, why not? Why not go play action pass here and throw one to Helmsley? Why not? Think they'll do it?
Maybe not. Probably not.
On DeLong, and then a nice run by DeLong, his best run of the night, dragging a Bulldog defender with him out of bounds. They're still going, actually, across the 35 to about the 37-yard line of Gibson Southern, and we talked that DeLong's had some struggles on the ground as far as finding some space, but by the sophomore.
Well, I think you have to be impressive with the amount of effort they're still putting in, and you know, I mean, because you're pretty much just trying to run away and just get the victory and go home, but they're still putting the maximum effort out until the game is over.
2:28 to play, clock ticking. 43-20. Gibson Southern in front. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Brady Allen takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. This is DeLong once again. He tries to go outside, but gets wrestled down in the backfield. Good job by the Columbus North defender right there. That was number 33 there on the tackle, Carson Dibble. Little linebacker. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. 43-20. Gibson Southern will improve to 1-0 on the season. Columbus North 6A team will fall to 0-1. 2 receivers left and one to the right of Brady Allen. A couple of running backs with the play clock down to 6. 90 seconds left to play. DeLong the handoff going to the left side near sideline, and DeLong will go out of bounds across the 40. Got a 6-yard pickup there for DeLong. Under 90 seconds left in this one. You know what, Tyler? It seems like Gibson Southern has raised a lot of eyebrows tonight. Playing so well, he gets us.
Say raised a lot of eyebrows. I think turn some heads.
Yeah.
Turn some false heads with this performance tonight.
1:25 to go. Allen hands it off to DeLong once again, and DeLong that time nowhere to go. Clock ticking under 80 seconds to go. Brings up 4th down. .105 to play. Once again, Titans on the road at New Albany next week, and they'll bring on the punt team as we are at 55 seconds and counting, 16 on the play clock. As the first team off, let's get a round of applause from the Titan faithful, and reasonably so. I'll tell you what, Tyler, we're probably going to see a timeout here with the play clock down at 4. Could be wrong. They do snap at the time. Hurlis will punt it away, and he gets it away. Nice end-over-end punt, filled to the 21-yard line. And going from right to left, this is Blythe, the punt returner. Tyler Blythe for Columbus North. Blythe trying to change direction, still on his feet, and takes it across to Columbus number 30 to the 35-yard line with 21 seconds left to go in this one. Gibson Southern leads 43-40. Don't forget to stick around for the postgame show brought to you by United Fidelity Bank. Mr. Meyer, the halftime show earlier was brought to you by Edward Jones, financial representative. Jason, that's a tongue twister right there. Say that 10 times. But we appreciate all of our Gibson Southern sponsors here on the Bash. You can also listen online at bashradio.com. And those of you that have used the 89.1 The Bash app in the past, we are working to get that up and running once again. 43-20. Gibson Southern leads this one 21 seconds. We're just a couple of snaps away from getting a head start out to the parking lots. So A couple of final plays here for Columbus North. And they might just take a knee, which I think that's what they're going to do. Emmons takes a snap. He takes a knee. This ball game is over. Gibson Southern 1-0 on the 2021 season. And the first win here in Fort Branch in a season that might lead to Indianapolis. Who knows? For an impressive win over 6A Columbus North here tonight, 43-20. We'll step aside and wrap things up here in just a bit. It's Titan football here on 89-1 The Bash.
I'm Jason Rainey, your Hopstad, Indiana, Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Gibson Southern Titans on 89-1 The Bash. We're located at the corner of Vine and Hobb Streets in Hopstad, or can be contacted at 812-615-5075 or by visiting edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Support provided by Wabash General Hospital. Whether you're a competitive athlete or you just want to enjoy a stroll around the neighborhood, the WGH Orthopedic and Sports Medicine team is ready to help you get back to moving through life with greater comfort and ease. WGH offers comprehensive orthopedic services from the time of injury or diagnosis throughout the treatment and rehabilitation process. If you're suffering from an orthopedic problem, no matter how minor or significant, the WGH board-certified experts can be reached at 618-263-6400.
A proud supporter of the Gibson Southern Titans.
Welcome into the United Fidelity Bank post-game show here at 89-1 The Bash. Gibson Southern starts off the 2021 season with a 43-20 win over 6A Columbus North. Cole Carter and Kyler Gammon with you here at Gibson Southern High School. And Kyler, really the overall word that you could use for this game, impressive, wow, surprising, whatever you want to use, the Titans showed up and performed very well tonight.
Oh, I mean, I think that they exceeded a lot of expectations tonight. You know, it's one thing, like I said, to win a conference game like this, or I think even a 3A team, that's ranked, but I mean to put up 43 points, and I mean that was this is a massive confidence booster and a massive win for the Titans tonight.
We talked about the non-conference schedule, and of course another tough opponent next week in Columbus North. They'll take on South Warren in a couple of weeks, but then after that South Warren game, something that the Titans players probably have circled on the calendar, a matchup with number 8 Southridge. Of course, a rematch from last year's sectional semifinal defeat, but of course got to go 1 week at a time. But an impressive week-long win tonight for Gibson Southern, 43-20, the final score. And the Titans fans celebrating the stand. Just played a few moments ago. The players are huddled up near midfield, celebratory here in week 1 of the 2021 season. And Kyler will be back at it again next week on a long road trip. And when you have those long road trips, Kyler, as a player, they can have some effect. And I guess we'll see how the Titans players come out and play after a long bus ride next week.
Oh, and I think that they will be well prepared. I think on Monday it's or I think even tomorrow it's time to get time to watch some film from this game, kind of figure out okay, what did I do wrong, and how can I improve, and then it's on to New Albany next week.
So on to New Albany next week, indeed. We'll give Coach Nick Hart the night off tonight. We'll go ahead and wrap things up once again. This has been the United Fidelity Bank post-game show. I want to thank all of our Gibson Southern sponsors: Wabash General Hospital, Edward Jones, Financial Representative Jason Rainey, Pro Rehab, Ars Cafe and Catering, and United Fidelity Bank. Big thanks to all of our Gibson Southern sponsors, and a big thanks to all of you listeners out there listening tonight. We apologize for the audio issues we had early on and really throughout the game. We will try to get those fixed by next Friday. Of course, you don't want to have any issues when you're 2.5 hours away from home. That's for sure. Kyler, any last words before we hit the road?
No, I'm just
plain simple.
I mean, just very impressed. Very impressed with how this team came out and how they prepared, and if this is an early sign for things to come for the season, you have to be ecstatic.
Hey, don't forget the Nick Hart Show next Tuesday night right here on the Bash at 7 o'clock. Up until then, we'll talk to you guys next Friday night as Gibson Southern is on the road against New Albany. Big thanks to Gordy Limp back at the 89-1 The Bash studio. For our broadcast partner, Kyler Gammon, I'm Cole Carter, signing off. Have a great weekend.
Gibson Southern Titan football on 80.